Mic check. Yeah.
Agallah in the building,
baby.
You already know what it is,
baby. Bossmack, baby. Bossmack, baby. Bossmack, baby. Bossmack, baby. Bossmack, baby. Bossmack, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Compton, Compton, California. Put your hands together for the Bossmack top soy. Wow. A lot of love. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, you're too kind, you're too kind.
Rest in peace to Blowfly. The Mac God is now in the building.
Woo!
Kissing babies and shaking hands, man.
Yeah.
Doing what the fuck I got to do out here to make it crack open, and you are now experiencing the world famous Bossmack live. Man, today is a beautiful day. I'm happy as fuck to be up in here. I brought a special guest with me today. Agallah is in the building with the Bossmack top soil tonight.
Shout
What's
out.
up with you people?
Shout out to the motherfucking Bossmack streetwear movement, the bitch relax movement. I see you. This has been a long time coming. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I finally made it, man. Shout out to the whole motherfucking West Coast. Shout out to LA. Shout out to Long Beach niggas. Shout out to Compton. Shout out to Inglewood. Shout out to the motherfucking South Central, the jungle. Wherever you at, my niggas, man. Yo, Labor Day, we here. We having fun, man. It's all about love, man. Rest in peace to my aunt. Rest in peace to Sean Price. Love y'all, man. Like, yo, man, let's keep it moving, man. Life is too short, you heard?
Beautiful day. We got a legend in the motherfucking building, man. Like I said, like he said, it's been a long time coming, man. We've been supposed to do this right here. You know how we get down.
Yeah.
We always come with the bomb agenda for you. We always come with our sponsors.
Oh, yes, sir.
Niggas in the news. A couple of reader listener emails and some good games for you, man. And man, we just about to flow and glow up in here. We got some Moscato.
Man.
We got the tree.
Yeah.
We about to make it be how it's supposed to be.
Matter of fact, I need to light this one. You know what I'm saying, on the deck. I got it right now. I got my lighter, you know what I mean? I got my flame, you know, that propane. You know what I'm saying? That's what we are, man. We gotta just keep the light on.
Okay, I feel you, my
and
nigga.
Keep the lights on.
All right, let me run through these sponsors, man. You know how we get down. We always come with bomb sponsors for you. Our first sponsor is Long Beach Supply Code 2600 East Anaheim, Long Beach, California. Go through there, holla at Big Bruce, Young Jason, get some Bossmack streetwear, man. They got it on deck up in there. And our other sponsor, G Machine in downtown Long Beach. Go through there. That's another spot that got that Bossmack streetwear. Now that's on the west side, and LB Supply Co. is on the east side, so that's like two different sides of Long Beach. Is real big and shit. So go through there, fuck with them. And our other sponsor, you feel me? It's all good. You get up and go. We'll hand it to him.
Okay.
It's all good. Our other sponsor is Trojans Ultra Thin Bearskin Condoms. Now,
Real.
I want to speak on that because y'all motherfuckers need to stop going raw out here, man. Y'all motherfuckers be doing too much raw. A lot of these youngsters out here off of these off of these drugs and shit.
And Molly and all that.
Motherfucker, man, you need
Stop.
to slow your roll, man.
Yeah, man, throw something on it, man. Throw a hat on that.
Man, come on now, man. Be.
Everybody want to claim about child support. All you got to do to stop it is throw a condom on. Like, before you get to the, to that level, man, I'm saying, man, look, talk to cats and fathers with babies and then ask them, man, what it's like to have kids before you out there wilding out raw. That's real.
Hey, man, on the real, man. Hold up. Let me go get me a motherfucking towel, man. I'm gonna sweating like a motherfucker. Hold on. All right, I had to go grab me a motherfucking towel, nigga, up in here sweating. But yo, we relishing in this motherfucker. We got, like I said, we got a legend in here.
Already, man.
Now, we gonna interview this man properly. But before we do that, we gonna go through a couple of these niggas in the news because it's been a lot of niggas in the news and I need to have an OG perspective on some of this shit that's going on out here, man.
Let's get to it.
So, I'ma just go ahead. The number one nigga in the news to me right now.
Can I guess? Kaepernick.
Kaepernick. Okay, let's start off with that one. Colin Kaepernick is in the news protesting, standing up for what he think is right. I'm fucking with it. A lot of people mad. Hey man, Caucasian and black people. I seen some mad niggas. You feel me? So I support the move. It ain't hurting nothing. Nigga, do what you want to do.
My thing is, stand up for what you believe in. What happened to being yourself? When I was growing up, they told me to be yourself. You know what I mean? Be who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't let nobody try to lure you or follow anybody else. Just be you. You know what I'm saying? Don't follow nobody. And I feel like Kaepernick's, stand, whatever the case may be, it is a wake-up call for athletes that's getting millions, especially black athletes out there getting a lot of money, and they under these white corporations that's owned by, mainly white billionaires and shit like that.
Yeah.
And what's happening to our community, we the people that's going to your games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We the people that's putting money in your pocket, buying your jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's right that you stand for something. You know what I mean? That you gotta stand for your people out here because people will, eventually see through, the bullshit and they'll go like this, yo, man, is this dude real?
Yeah.
Is he actually standing up for us? Beyond what he's saying out there on the platform. I mean, dude donated money, I whatever the case may be. But, you got so many other type of, different mirages set up, like Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Black Lives been mattered.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that movement, is owned by George Soros.
Okay.
All right, George Soros is a dude who basically he's a millionaire. He funded other movements to join that.
No shit.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at, the history of who he is, it is suspect.
I heard that name before. I know about him,
Yeah. So, like, a lot of, shit going on in politics is what I call it because, like, you got Hillary Clinton, this email shit. Who gives a fuck about an email? I don't give a fuck about emails or that's your personal life. I don't know what you doing or sending who to whoever if it's government information that's wrong.
Yeah.
But now they know that she getting money from elsewhere, Saudis and America is becoming for sale. America's for sale.
For sure.
It's for sale. Basically, if you got money, you can boss up here. America's all about a dollar. This is not a country about honor. It's not a country about justice anymore. It's a country about money and murder. The way you look at it, because it's a lot of liaisons, man, going on in this whole election. If you look at the election and the way it's being, sought out, it's, after Obama's, everybody, Puffy, I heard Puff said Obama, sold black people out, kind of. Today. Like, I've seen a little post. So that's how I see it at the end of the day, because Obama didn't fulfill what we wanted. I
feel you on that.
It didn't amount up to what he promised us. And I don't know if Donald Trump or Hillary could fill them shoes, even if you want to clean up the mess. Because you got to understand, before Obama, there was George Bush. George Bush left a fucking mess.
Okay, now, going back to your man Colin. I like his afro. I like the stance. He half white, though. What you think about that?
I mean, this what I mean, once you got black in you, you black.
You black. I know that's right.
I
feel you, my nigga.
I just found out, like, my great-great-grandmother's from Africa. She was an African slave.
Right. See,
like, I'm Puerto Rican, but don't get it twisted. Like, Puerto Rico means rich port. It was a port for slaves. So it's a whole lot of shit you gotta go do the knowledge on where your lineage is from.
I always viewed Puerto Ricans as niggas, no matter what.
We
did. No matter what, I just was always in that frame of mind. It's always real nigga type of shit going on.
Yeah, we on it. We been on it. Like Dominicans too. Like Dominicans, same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got love for Dominican people because they right across from Haiti. So it's a lot of people out there. Like, my people. We struggle, you know what I'm saying? We came out, we had, my family had to hide in caves because the Spaniards was trying to kill everybody.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like, so, the jewel on that, you know what I'm saying? All that Christopher Columbus shit, you know the history, man.
Yeah.
America's we've been to where America was. We've been on this land. Motherfuckers was just trying to fool you.
I feel you. All right, well, shouts out to my man Colin Kaepernick for doing what he got to do. I support him. I hope he have a good-ass season on these motherfuckers, man, while your motherfuckers hating and shit.
Yeah. Let him play. Let him play the game. Let the man play the game and let him be himself. Don't mean that he don't like white people. He just don't like how the police treating black people right now. He specifically said that.
Yeah, I feel it.
And at the end of the day, it's a difference. Law enforcement is fucking up black people, man, and people with minorities too. Not just black people, but Hispanics, even the lower numbers. But you gotta understand something with the law enforcement. Like, it's a system designed set there to hold you back from thinking you're above the law. Because the law basically is, it's people that run the law.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The government is people.
Yeah, the government.
At the end of the day, the government is people.
Yeah, they are people, but they under systematic involvement. You see what I'm saying? So that creates you got civilians, then you got government officials, then you got, ambassadors, you got congressmen, you got all these type of names for people that got something to describe you and put you in one hole. Your social security number, for instance, you know what I mean? Shit like that. People gotta do the knowledge, man. It's a lot to do with our ownership in this land. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
And like Minister Farrakhan said, like, I quote him, he's like, yo, America's for sale, straight up. You could buy your way into this land. If you could buy your way out here, then you winning, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Because you could buy, law enforcement. You could buy all of that. It's a certain way you got to go about it. Buy protection, buy the greatest lawyers, buy all of that.
All right, now. You talking about buying law enforcement. Hold up. Let me check this camera right quick. Hold up. Now, yeah. Motherfuckers buying law enforcement. Okay.
This is how you do it.
Hold up. Let's go into another nigga in the room. Another nigga in the news.
Right.
Chris Brown. Now, if you're gonna use the argument of being able to buy law enforcement, okay. You saw the Chris Brown scenario.
Yes, I did.
Okay, now. I know the nigga Chris Brown need to slow his roll a little bit. He doing a lot. It's wild up there at his crib. You know what I'm saying? But be that as it may, how can a bitch just say, he aimed a gun at me, and then a nigga get arrested and the bail is $250,000? You feel me?
Right.
But they supposedly didn't find no guns or nothing like that, and that's just this bitch word against his word, pretty much. And it was other motherfuckers in the house to saw
that witness
the shit. And you got one bitch that could get a motherfucker arrested, and the bail is $250,000. Now, if that was me, I'd still be in jail.
It's because you know what? His celebrity status, he already got off. Like that's what I'm saying. Like his criminal record, whatever the case may be.
He already got a felony for putting hands on Rihanna. Okay.
That part. And he just, but you know, he had other incidents with the law.
Right.
You know, the Drake thing.
Okay,
you know
but he got hit though.
It still wound up attention. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, all right.
It still wound up bringing that negative attention to him as an artist because he was involved in an altercation with another artist. And then this what I'm saying. Like, you gotta watch the company you keep. Like, you know what I mean? Because I believe like that's the reason why he got caught up in that.
Okay, now I will say that. Okay, I'm gonna go into that because I know about that. All right, now when I first heard that niggas from Fruittown Pyru put him on, you know, I heard all about that, and you know, in this landscape of ignorance,
right.
I'm not really even gonna knock that move right there because I know that niggas be out here on some protection type of shit. You kind of be needing that embrace, you know what I'm saying? Niggas from Fruittown was his bodyguards and shit, you know what I'm saying? And that obviously he was influenced by them because they real niggas. I know them.
One of my friends, not to cut you, but one of my friends, the guy that was in that altercation with Drake and him, that got hit, that was my homeboy, man.
Okay.
One of my good friends, man. That he wound up getting hurt very bad that night.
Oh, was that right?
Yeah.
Do he still work for that man?
I don't think
that
so
was
anymore. Yeah, he's been here. Last thing I haven't seen him around because I had ran into Chris Brown myself on tour in St. Louis, and I seen my man with him. This is before the Drake incident.
Right.
And you know, everything was good. You know what I mean? 2 weeks later, that thing happened. That was in like 2014.
Yeah.
2013, 14, around that time.
I mean, you know, nigga got some elements around him now. I don't, you know, like I said, I'ma say this for the niggas in you know, the niggas from Fruit that fuck with him. I think they should do a better job of watching over a nigga because at the end of the day, you don't need the goose that lay the golden eggs ain't supposed to end up in jail. You feel me? You gotta protect the goose that's laying the golden egg.
I like
you can't
that.
let this motherfucker get touched. You can't be having, you know what I'm saying? And I'm quite sure that y'all niggas from Fruits that's benefiting from being around this man, y'all going around the world seeing shit you ain't seen before. You want to keep this nigga out of jail.
Yeah, keep him out of trouble.
Keep a nigga out of trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Because he could get you out of trouble.
You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as him blooding out there and all of that, we know he's safe blooding out there. It ain't like real gangbanging. It's kind of like a safe type of blooding.
It's like you belong to a family of people that want to look after you and make sure nothing happen to you.
Right.
And that's what it is because you ain't got to be related to be blood. See, it's like, that's the thing I try to tell people. You know what I mean? Like, love me for me, man. Love me for me, man. I'm going to love you for you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care what you are. You know what I'm saying? But if you got real love and I can see eye to eye and I can relate to you and we on the same page, then we rolling, man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to back you up. I'm going to support you. You know what I'm saying? And And I'm gonna be real, you know, amongst this business, you need people like that. You need a strong circle of people that's not gonna allow you to go to jail, not gonna allow you to get into any type of altercations with any other artists. Just make money.
Yeah.
And have fun with the world and give back when you can. You know what I'm saying? And be that dude. Be that dude, you know what I'm saying, that people wanna respect. Even though you got haters out there, but yo, what can you do about that but keep living? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Keep living. Just keep living your life. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. So in this scenario, wait, I know this. Hold up. Let me check it one more time. You feel me? But anyway, okay, now how do you feel? Okay, you know this nigga got a felony already.
Right.
He this is some new charges. Do you think this nigga gonna survive this shit? Me and the homies been debating.
He got enough money, I think.
To survive it?
Of course he do, because his money can get him out the bail, and all he got to do is beat the case. If they gonna give him some jail time, for what? Protecting? Because he got a... I don't know. That girl, you do know that girl that made the charges, got a arrest warrant in New York for stealing, and all that. That's a bad look. So so he can get off the case because that girl was aiming to set him the fuck up, and that's what the talk is right now. So I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Like, you know, in a court of law, if they find that she was like, you know, fleeing the scene with some shit and then go to the cops and running from and got a warrant out.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a bad look on the case for him because they know Chris Brown is a celebrity. He invite people in his home. Here go another person.
So you think he could get past it?
But they were coming to talk business. You hear me?
Right.
That's what she said already. Her case is. If I was a lawyer, I could see through the case already. You were coming to talk business. Then how come he had to pull out his gun on you? What happened then?
Yeah.
You must have did something for somebody to do some shit. And it was some diamonds.
Right. She touched the ice.
The word diamonds was involved.
She touched the ice. That's why she touched the ice. And
now we got a grand theft larceny. Attach that to the other arrest warrant. I'm out. I would fight for that case. My lawyer, my client, Chris Brown, is innocent. He has been a victim of what they call a setup.
Yeah.
The fact remains that this woman here has an arrest warrant.
Yeah.
She's trying to prove that my client pull out the gun.
In.
My client has security all day. He has a front gate. They didn't sign a letter. What? Confidentiality agreement.
Yeah.
And they didn't sign that. They came in my premises and they were told to leave their phones
at the door,
in which he has the right because he's a celebrity.
Right.
So now here's the bullshit. I came on business. What the fuck you shit think?
Yeah.
What the fuck you touching the ice for if you came on business?
Yeah. I feel you. Hey, I fully believe the bitch got sent there by the baby mama. I fully believe all this shit, man. I'm just really fascinated that a nigga would receive the fucking charges, man. Like, now Mark Garrigo, his attorney, said that to his knowledge, they didn't find no guns. So I'm like, how in the fuck?
That's a false story.
How in the fuck?
What they saying. It's a false story.
How in the fuck you get arrested and you feel me, like from a bitch talking and no guns, no nothing. You feel me? Is this and the bail is $250,000, man? That's
because you know what happened. I don't know how old is the woman.
They all probably, I think the bitch is like 23, 24.
Exactly.
In there, you know, that shitty age, you know that.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. She has no honorability about her whatsoever.
I feel you, my nigga.
You know what happened? I gotta look at the woman whole body. I gotta see how she walk. I gotta look at her because I could read body language.
You can all you need to do is see a bitch and I can size a bitch up.
I'm very nice when I on the body language visual. I can tell what you about, how you. I just got gut feelings. I use that but I don't judge you. I just get a sense of you.
I feel
And
you.
then I'll let what I hope for come true. You like that?
Let a bitch reveal her true nature over time.
Yeah. You
feel
like
me?
that? You like that? Yo, shout out to my whole propane campaign, man, out there, man. Shout out to the whole Bossmack listening out here. You know, my homie, you know, Bishop in the building with me right now. You know what I mean? That's the A&R for propane campaign. Shout to Maria. Shout to my family. You know what I mean? If you're listening and looking.
Yeah.
That part.
All right, now, I always said, man, in my niggas know what I be saying about bitches. Like, I feel like you're not supposed to fuck with every bitch you encounter. Like, you really gotta be like, you gotta feel a bitch's spirit before you fuck with her. Like,
okay, you know what that's called? There's a word for that. Demisexual.
What?
Demisexual.
Elaborate on that.
D-I-M.
Demisexual. I ain't never heard that.
Yeah, D-I-M-I. Demisexual. That means you have to be spiritually connected before you ever fall into a sexual involvement.
Okay. All right.
Which is very important. And right now we just, I deal with the universe, no weird shit.
Yeah.
I deal with the universe like we just got out of, one ill-ass phase of motherfucking retrograde.
Yo.
Mercury was in that motherfucker and shit was falling apart, but that's how life works. Sometimes shit gotta fall apart to make you see what's not working so you can fix that motherfucker.
I noticed that shit, bro. Like, on some real shit, man, like, that's always been, like, one of my philosophies, man, and I talked about that a lot in the game, when I be discussing this game, like, niggas be like, a lot of niggas go through bitches, like, every bitch to step up, niggas to take down every bitch to step up, and I was saying that, like, one thing that these celebrities have the disadvantage of taking down all the bitches that you think is bad. Like, all the bitches come, if the bitch is bad, you take it down. If I feel like I know this for a fact. You not supposed to fuck with every bitch that you fuck that get in your face or is approaching you or whatever it is, man, because certain bitches is just spiritually not good for you. And you gonna be ruined when you fuck with this bitch, no matter what.
You find yourself going, like, as a man, like, you find yourself sometimes in positions where, you go into a thirst mode.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Like
I hear you.
a lot of lust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
in front of you.
Yeah.
And you think, just cause the chick got the fatty or
right,
you know what I'm saying, like that that's the one you gotta be with, and but you gotta look for the spiritual energy and connect to that in the woman first before you even, I feel, because that's very important. You know what I mean? Like, women, some women, they're different. Every woman ain't the same, so you gotta understand that. You know what I mean? All women ain't the same. You know what I mean? You gotta, once you understand that, you could really appreciate a woman when you get something good, and you ain't gotta go out and cheat on her, and you ain't gotta do none of that. You could just be in love with one female and have a good loving relationship. There is a such thing as love, but you gotta be real in tune with the spirit in order to have that.
Now, see, that's my thing about this motherfuckers, like the Chris Brown motherfuckers, or any man that's like a superstar where bitches is just going, where you just breaking down bitches on sight. Bitches see you and they broken down on sight.
Right.
When you do the overabundance of bitches, something bad is gonna happen. Like, I've been saying that about this nigga, having, groups of bitches at the crib, going through the bitches like that. Something bad is gonna happen. That's just, like I said, man, so.
Yeah, you spreading yourself too thin. If you share yourself with more than one woman, you sharing your spirit. You spreading yourself thin. You know what I mean? Like, your soul becomes empty because you keep sharing yourself with different females, and you giving your spirit away to many different people. You know what I mean? You can't do that You know what I mean? Like, your body's a vessel. And I keep trying to tell people, man, like, you gotta, watch what you put in the universe, bruh.
Man.
Straight up.
I feel you. I feel you on that.
Watch the words you say. Watch the energy you talk about. Watch the things you do. You know what I'm saying? Watch it. You know what I mean? Understand there's a cause and effect to everything. You know what I mean? This is, you know what I mean, science. I'm dropping because at the end of the day, if I ain't dealing with reality and the cause and effect, we ain't talking about being in the trap. We just talking about common motherfucking sense.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of motherfuckers don't tend to have. People only think with 2% of their brain. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, you gotta tap in, and I believe the more spiritual you are, the more you tap into other things in life. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why you gotta, I heard that Quincy Jones, I ain't never met him, you know what I'm saying? But I heard that before, he do any business with you, he want to know what your horoscope is. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
No shit?
Want to know your horoscope, the day you were born and all that. And he based that on how he worked with artists. I mean, I'm not sure how true that is, but whatever worked for you is
good
with me. If it's positive and it's getting you money and you not hurting anybody and you just trying to be a good person out here, I love making music. I ain't trying to make nothing else. Problems, I had all that already in life. I'm trying to make bread right now. Like, this shit is real.
Hey, yo, on some real shit, that go with what I was saying about the bitches. You ain't supposed to fuck like that. In this game, I got this game from Socrates, bro.
Socrates, yeah.
Okay. You gotta watch the bitches you fuck with. You gotta watch who you go into business with. And you gotta watch your friends. And you gotta be wise on who you pick as a friend,
right,
or who you go into business with. So that's just like what you were saying about Quincy Jones. You gotta feel you. That's where I'm at with business. Like, I gotta feel you. I gotta shake your hand, talk to you, look you in the eye,
most definitely,
vibe with you. We probably gotta get something to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then
get a couple beers, smoke one.
Got a vibe with you to see where you at. And then I might be like, you know what? I can't fuck with you.
That part.
I might go there. It might happen. It might be like, yo, you know what, man? All respect due. But I can't fuck with you, bro.
Yeah, I got,
like
that one. But hey, we good.
Yeah, we still people. But,
right.
I just think that on some real shit, man, because I think those three things can fuck you up. Those are the three things that fuck you up.
Well, in business, and friends don't mix. But you know what does mix? Money and business, taking care of your friends. While, taking care of basically everything in business, taking care of everything else is straight as long as business is taken care of.
Right.
See, that's the thing. Right. Like that's the idea I got right now. Always, as long as business is taken care of, everything else is all right.
Yeah.
So I know, as long as business is taken care of, everything else will be all right, or will be progressing, or will be getting further in my life.
Right.
But I have to constantly take care of business every fucking day.
Yeah.
Call people. Tell them, yo, I gotta do this video here. Come on, man, yo, I need to promote this. I need to get this out. Boom, boom, boom. All right, how we gonna look? Oh, shit, that's what me and my homie Bishop do all day. Like, we sit, he's the A&R Propane. Like, and we come with, Propane is not about ag, it's about a family.
Right.
And I always let my niggas know, like, this is us.
Right.
Like, this is not me. This is us. Like,
we get money together.
This is a big entity we building right here. We building a big brand, and this brand that we building is definitely been taking off for the last few years. And now we finally, I just, finally got with some, dream producers. I did an album with Knots.
Okay.
Me and Knots, basically, it's like a lot of shit, right now that we working on. We working with Pete Rock. He in the news with the shit with Young Dolph.
Yo, I saw that today, bruh.
Yeah,
But look, I don't want to cut you off.
I think we'll come back. Whatever. Yeah, but yeah.
I think Pete. I was looking at that right before you came through. I think he misconstrued some shit that Young Dolph was saying, and then he went on one.
Well, this is where we come from, the era, stop the violence, stop smoking crack.
Right.
We come from that era,
Right.
And now crack is in a new form.
Right. Yeah, I feel you, my nigga.
And these young kids, I know kids in Long Beach that I met that's doing crystal meth. I seen them out there on the street.
Right.
I seen them. Like, that shit hurt.
Yeah.
To see young kids doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, weed is all good with me.
Yeah.
But they done graduated more further than we was coming up, and I understand that.
Shit, man.
I understand that society is controlled by substance now. We don't even control ourselves. We don't even think for ourselves no more. Everything is a phone where your thumbs think for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your thumb is, people's brain is in their thumb, and they quick to type some shit.
Yeah.
And go from there. We was never doing that before. If we had problems with a nigga, we go see a nigga.
Yeah.
But hate is always gonna be a thing in America where it's like a stain. It's like a shit stain on the country. Like, ain't no, like, you gotta wash that motherfucker 1,000 times to get purity back. Like, you know what I mean? To get something clean again, people gotta, to show more love. That's what, rest in peace, Sean Price. He wished that I showed more love, because I was at one point where I was going off the cliff. At one point in my life, you know what I mean? Like, niggas go off the cliff. Everybody do, but sometimes you gotta climb back up and get back up on that mountain and say, yo, man, I overcame this bullshit. I overcame that ignorant shit. You know what I mean? Like, and straight up, like, I was really trying to figure myself out for a minute. Like, what am I doing this for? You know what I mean? But, I love hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? That's why I use it as my my platform to tell people my problems, or not just my problems, but the shit that I witnessed. And that's what rap is good for, is letting that out. Rap is good for, rap is like a, you can let out the shit that you don't like, you know what I'm saying? And the shit that you don't want in your life, you know what I mean? And you can spit it all on the track and put that pain on the pen. That's what I'm used to.
Okay, now put that pain on the pen. Alright. Now, what's going on with the youngsters out here now? I see like what Pete Rock did today or yesterday, whenever that happened. He kind of did like a old nigga mistake. Like, I see niggas do that. I seen Kanye do that with Wiz. Like, you read something and you read it a certain kind of way, and you already mad because the youngster done said something.
Right.
So you read it a certain kind of way and then you react.
Well, we come from a different era, and I respect these young cats. I was just thinking this today. I believe the children are the future.
For sure.
Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty that they have inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sense of pride. Yeah, okay, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like that song. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, that was inspiration for me to be who I am today. Okay. And there ain't no more records like that now giving you inspiration to give the children that inspiration. This generation, they're on a different frequency, and I love them. I love the young Dolphs and the young Miles.
Right.
And hey, I was checking out Lil Yachty. I was like, yo, kid is.
This is where I was going with this.
I'm like, yo, I was just listening to, old school rap. Me and my lady friend, we was listening to old school rap, we was listening to like Houdini. I was like, man, it just reminds me of back in the days, how these kids is, like how they are, but they on a different frequency, but they're a little more raunchy. We had a little more class back then, but I would say they got class, but in a different way. But it is about like money and drugs, and it's always the same lane, I see these artists taking the same type of trap beats and
Yeah.
the same type of, I'm in the trap. Oh, I'm sipping lean. Oh, you know, and I you know,
Yeah.
I mean, like, yo, all right, we get it.
Yeah.
There's 100 niggas doing that, sipping lean and in the trap, and every song is about lean, trap, twerking. You know what I mean? Yo, your baby mama, like Young Thug album cover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like his whole album though, I was listening to it sonically.
I fuck with him.
I fuck with him,
bro. Like,
Cause
yeah,
you know what?
fuck with
you know what? He sells you the ignorance to wake your ass up like you don't like me. This is what's going on every goddamn day. I ain't got nothing to do with it. It's just the fact that motherfuckers want to see me down, call me whatever the fuck you want. This is what they playing in the strip club in Atlanta right now. This is the shit that they running.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I hear you. I see. But the ignorance don't evolve. The ignorance cannot evolve, but what it does is keep people at a level like, this is all niggas could do. You know what I mean? This is all we can do. I fuck with your baby mama.
Okay, hold on.
Whatever. You know me, I love these young guys for doing what they do because they keep the culture alive no matter what. And you gotta understand it's a new wave, you know what I mean? Nothing's gonna ever be the same to where people wanna keep creating music and just like, you know, I feel, like, alright, when I was with Dipset, my whole sound changed when I joined the Diplomats in Purple City. When I joined them, my hip hop became more like, it was in that lane of New York City was becoming
niggas singing more little
melodic
type of shit.
More drums, hi-hats, more, you know what I mean, more different changing hi-hats and the beats, but still that New York sound.
Yeah.
And you know, I was able to capitalize off of that sound when I made Purple City Bird Gang. I created that record, and that just like kind of like, it was like that generation before a lot of dudes was doing trap, before they was really making it, you know what I mean, before ASAP and all that. We was like laying the blueprint down. So like, people gotta understand, like, Yams used to work at Diplomats Records offices. He was an intern. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, studying the diplomat movement, how we was moving, because it wasn't only the diplomats, we had Purple City, and this is all dudes coming out of Harlem, Brooklyn, the Bronx, coming together.
Now, this is my observation. I don't know the dynamics of what was going on out there at that time period, but I remember when Ballin' came out.
Yes.
Now, to me, when I heard Ballin', I was like, Jim Jones ain't that tight like this. I remember like the earlier work that he had done, and the song he did with Gang when he came out here, and and all of that. And I was really
Certified Gangster.
Yeah, I was really kind of looking at Jim Jones as kind of like, really, I thought he was like a sidekick up to that point. And then when Ballin' came, I was like, man, wait a minute, man. Whoever this hook is just dope as fuck.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that was really Max B.
He took off. He made a few million off that one record. He took off, and Jim. Oh, I mean, you know, Jim know good music. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, once you be around Hova, Cameron, Jewels, like, and you around like Dame Dash, you bound to pop, because your whole mindset gonna change when you around them type of dudes. Like, your whole mindset gonna get on a tyrant level.
I feel you.
And you gonna think how you can sell, and you gonna think how immediately you can get the checks going. This is what happens to Harlem. A lot of Harlem niggas, because you know, specifically Harlem, you know, there's a lot of legends that come from, you know, the hustling game in Harlem.
Right, yeah.
And a lot of amazing things was done from a couple dudes, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like I got AZ from Mob Style on my album.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all seen the movie Paid in Full.
I seen Paid in Full.
Yeah, that's the real life story of my people. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
And that's some real street shit right there.
Yeah.
Straight up New York streets from the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I remember when all that shit was happening, but I remember that.
You know, like that's lineage, you know what I mean? And dudes still follow that, you know what I mean? Get money driving Porsches up and down, you know what I mean? Broadway, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Going to eat at, you know what I mean? Jimmy's or, you know what I'm saying? You know, Roof Chris, you know what I mean? Go pull up, you know what I mean? With, you know, go do a couple things, go hit City Island, you know what I mean? And new cars and live that life, you know what I mean? That's what the Harlem mentality is all about, living that life, actually creating that dream in front of you. It's all in front of you, why not grasp it?
Okay, now
that's how I look at it.
Now I feel like I said, like y'all sound started to like a little change a little when I don't know if Max B really influenced that shit.
Max,
that singing shit that he was doing.
Yeah, Max.
Kind of like, to me, the more melodies bring
melodic.
You know
yeah, Max wavy, man. The whole wavy movement, man, come from Max.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like anybody talking about I'm wavy, gotta give it up to Max B, because Max basically, you know, Max did 10 years in jail before he came home.
No, I remember that. I remember that.
You know, he came home. Jim and him had some business agreement. It obviously went sour at one point between the two, and he continued his movement. You know what I mean? And you know, him and French Montana had a couple of records that were great together, and they, they were working together after the fact that him and Jim had a bad business agreement, and there was some bad blood between them both. Yeah, and you know, a lot of things led him in a position, you know, to the way he's at. He's in jail now, trying to get free. So
I tripped off of all of that, but just I noticed that the sound kind of changed. Like it seemed like he, you know. Now, I don't want to really go too deep into that yet, because I still want to, you know, because I got to, you know, go through the interview processes.
Right.
But yeah, like, okay, now, going back to Pete Rock and Young Dolph, that, like I said, it's like, I noticed like a lot of old niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? And
let me ask you a question. What is old?
You know what? I say the over 40 niggas.
I'm 42. So
okay, the over 40 niggas seem to like, even, you know what? And I ain't gonna even say over 40. I say it's some 35-year-old niggas that kind of like, because Kanye did it too with Wiz. He kind of did it too with Wiz. Like he just saw, he was so mad that the nigga responded that you don't even read what a nigga said, and a nigga go off on a tangent and you sound crazy. You sound like an old nigga when you do that. Like, let me, for an example. Kanye gonna drop the Waves album. Okay, niggas get on his head. Oh man, you know, you need to shout out Max B behind that. If you're gonna be putting out a Waves album, you know that's a Max B.
Yeah. So
and then a nigga, and then Wiz say that shit like, yo, that's Max B, bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do a homage, and then Kanye say some more rant shit to him, and then Wiz come back and say, dude, calm down and hit the KK.
Well, you know,
and then a nigga go on a tangent. What you talking shit about my wife? You sound like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is kind of like the same thing that Pete Rock did today. Okay, he read the thing. I mean, he hear him say, I got cocaine all in my veins or something. And then, you know, he go off on Young Dolph like, yo, you got a little kid standing next to you. You saying you cocaine in your veins, nigga. What's up with that? And he didn't really understand what he was saying. He kind of went off on an old nigga tangent like Kanye did.
I think this is what I'm gonna tell you. Like, you know, Pete, that's my brother. You know, shout to Pete Rock, shout to Young Dolph too. I don't know the brother, but
yeah,
we gotta make better examples of being musicians first. And I feel men first, excuse me, them musicians, because you gotta understand, like, we out here trying to build a better cloth.
Right. I feel you.
You know what I mean?
I feel you on that.
I wanna be able to get with my brothers and build a better cloth. You know what I mean? Like, I wanna be able to have that for the children too. You know what I mean? Let them know, like, yo, it ain't all about the cocaine in my veins. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I respect that.
It's not all about that, man. It ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? And hip hop ain't never been about that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Whether you want to respect Pete because he, or don't respect Pete, that man still doing shows. That man, I just on a message with him yesterday. That man still on tour. He's still
eating from music. I
beautifully.
Feel you.
And that man legacy is sealed. So you can't even compare your young Dolph to no Pete, right?
I ain't even.
Like,
I ain't
I'm not
trying,
saying you, but if you ever try to think just because young Dolph, shout to that brother, but you gotta respect lineage. You gotta respect forefathers in this game.
Right.
Just like people respect Michael Jackson. Just like people respect Elvis Presley. I respect Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Okay.
I look at them as that. They the ones that paved the way for me. And I wound up getting signed to the same label.
Right.
So that, you understand, like, just because you don't know about them, it's alright. Everybody don't know about UGK either. It's a lot of people that don't know who NWA is. A lot of people that still don't know who Dr. Dre is. I'm telling you, people know Dr. Dre, but you'd be surprised. Just like these young cats don't know who the forefathers is. Trust me.
Okay, now, that bring me back to Lil Yachty. Okay, now you know Lil Yachty came out talking about, I can't name all 5 songs from Pac and Big. You heard that, right?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Then niggas was on his head about, oh, man, how you gonna even... I think Anderson .Paak came out and dissed him like, yo, how you gonna even be in the game if you ain't studying the game? Like, you know what I'm saying?
My thing is this. Dude he's got something going on that's not hip-hop. That's not hip-hop what he's doing. He's melodically singing on track. I mean, if you listen to it, I mean, he got some raps, but like, most of the stuff that I hear that's, you know, what's his name? Bishop, what's the name of his record? The single? The one that's blowing up?
One Night.
Yeah, One Night, and then there's some... Broccoli, and then he got the song, and then he got Broccoli with Dram, right?
Yeah.
All right, now, those records ain't really on no.
Them joints get played on Hot 97?
Yeah.
He had a song called Hot 97. They was joking saying he couldn't rap. So he put out some shit with it. It's a cool little beat and all that. But he's not Razzcast. We don't respect Razzcast bars from Lil Yachty.
Nah, he's Lil Yachty. Shout out to Lil Yachty. Shout out to him, man. Do your thing. Get your money, man. I like the young fellow. Get your bread. I ain't mad at you. If you ain't never heard of Pocket Big, that's fine, man. I ain't mad at him. I'm not gonna be mad. But I bet you he know of him now, though. I bet you he know now since it became an issue.
I feel you, bruh. I feel you. I be forgetting that them niggas was like, them niggas been dead for 20 years. It be tripping me out sometimes. Tupac and Big, you know what I mean? I be forgetting and shit, you know, a lot of times. I be forgetting, man. Them niggas, man, you know. But anyway, yeah, man, Lil Yachty, niggas is on his head. The homie Gangsta D from Second to None was on here on the podcast. That nigga was like, yo, he was mad at Sway for giving him a cosign on that shit.
You know what it is?
You feel me? Like
you know what it is? Like this. These young fellows out here, right? They got a new movement where they packing shows, they doing their thing, and it's a young thing.
Yeah.
And I love it. I'm young too. I'm still young.
I feel you.
I'm still ripping and running, killing shit.
Hey yo.
So, like, I understand the thirst of a young cat out here in these days of times, and I love it.
Right.
I love seeing something happen because we fought too hard for nothing to happen.
Right.
That part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I remember, you know what I mean? Like, now the game going back in the days, like, cause see, I felt like I was in the right time. I got $500,000 budgets that don't go around no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was now it just still happens to certain artists, but the thing is that you gotta be very wary of your fan base and who's supporting you, and you gotta run with your brand, and you gotta kill motherfuckers if they like one single in the club. Okay, that's the record you play in the club. Bang, that shit is lit everywhere. And now I'm on. Now I'm doing shows. Now I'm blowing up. That's what's happening to the young cats, cause
Right.
you know, they coming with their price, and the young cats is loving them. Like my man just came from the show, Bishop. You need to pull a chair up for Bishop so he can talk.
What show was it?
Joey Fats and.
Okay, I fuck with Joey Fats, man. When you see him, man, you tell him, man, Bossmack still fuck with him. You know what? Just a side note on Joey Fats.
Shout out to Joey
I was
Fats.
supposed to get a nigga a box of streetwear, and I had plugged it up with one of his little homies, worked at this little sandwich place and shit. You feel me? And I had his box, and then I think this nigga TF Third was doing a big show or something, and my people was like, "Yo, just throw TF Third something for this show." You know what I'm saying? And I lagged on getting Joey Fats the box, and then the next thing I know, niggas ain't fucking with me no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas, I don't know if niggas was like, felt disrespected or anything like that. But, you know, when I went to try to, you feel me? I tried to hit him up to shoot him in the box. Niggas ain't responding no more. Niggas ain't talking. And then I bumped into his brother up at One Stop, at the One Stop LB. His brother, what's that nigga name? He just got out of jail. What's his name? What, Lil Boy? Yeah, Lil Boy. That's my nigga. He cool. He good people. Shout out to Lil Boy. Shout out to that nigga Lil Boy, man. I gave Lil Boy a shirt. I was like, yo, tell your bro, like, yo, I'm fuck with him, man. Matter of fact, niggas, but that was a different time. They had brought Vince Staples down there, but and I gave him some shit, but yeah, man. You know, Lil Boy was like, yeah, man, my bro was waiting on that box, man, but you never came. I was like, yo, man, tell that nigga, man, you look, man, it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with him, bro. Like, you know, that hurt me, man. I felt, I was a little disappointed, man, because I like that nigga music. I fuck with them. I like them niggas, man. I like that little, I like Vince Staples in there.
Yeah, that's the guy right
like
there. That's the
them
guy
niggas,
right
man.
there you could talk to, build with him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I like them niggas, man. Pass that word, you know. I just seen Lil Boy at the strip club. What was it? Where was we at? We was at Crazy Girls in L.A. though. It was lit. He was in there with his people. Them niggas is savages, man. Them niggas is in there on some. Them niggas.
He's going crazy,
That
right?
nigga hit up my man. He hit up the homie. He was like, you know, we was in there with bottles. We was in there with Welvin. And shit. It was Welvin birthday and shit.
Damn.
So it's lit.
Welvin
It's
the
lit.
great.
It's
Welvin the
lit.
great.
Welvin table lit. And nigga Welvin gave me a bottle. Shout out to Welvin. Nigga gave me a bottle of Peach Ciroc. And that nigga, Lil Boy, he asked the homie, he was like, what that nigga Bossmack really do for a living? And that nigga was like, well, that nigga really, he sell clothes and shit. He really he really sell, you know what I'm saying? That nigga
Hey, your shit's be going.
That nigga was like, nigga, we gangsters, nigga. You feel me? We out here doing gangster shit.
That
You
part.
feel me? I was like, I feel y'all niggas, man. Shout out to them niggas, man. You know. Yeah. Anyway, damn, I got on a tangent and shit. I was talking about the Lil Yachty now. Anyway, my man Gangsta D, man, he was like, that ain't hip hop. I'm mad at Sway for giving him a cosign like that's some hip hop and shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know, I feel you. It's still hip hop beats though. And niggas is turning up, you know what I'm saying? It looked like a hip hop show when you're in there, you know what I'm saying? He might just be chanting one word and jumping around, but
You know what it is, man? It's like, it's more of a whole nother era where, you know, more electronic music is involved now.
okay, I feel you.
Over the sampling. And people are reacting different. They want to create, you know, what makes the crowd hype. You know what I mean? And move the crowd. And then people want to, you know.
You think that music have like more energy in it, like that electronic shit?
Well, it does something obviously to make them kids do the raves and, you know, push stages damn near down. Like Snoop and Wiz was performing, and you seen that when the whole stage just fell? Like, it was recently. They getting sued for that. It was like,
I heard about that shit.
Yeah, it was like, yo, you gotta see it on video. It
Well,
was like bunch of people falling, bro.
Was it because the crowd was so lit? Or was
the crowd was so lit. It was so lit. It was so packed and lit that the front barrier broke. And everybody domino affected everybody else, and it was like seeing a domino effect. Like, you see nothing but people falling. Yup.
Is it still going? Just hit the red button.
About to light up.
Did it start back? Yeah. Yeah. Just off of litness, the shit collapsed and shit, huh?
Yeah, man, it was like, they was all up too close. The barrier broke when they all pushed. People were, you know, like you ever been to a concert, you got people pushing in the back of you.
Yeah.
And then you got other people pushing in the back of other people, pushing in the back of other people, and then that's what happened. Bang.
Damn.
It was a wipeout.
Fucking A, bro. Alright. What about, okay, now, since we discussing your man Yachty and his significance to hip hop.
Lil Boat, what up?
It's all right. We gotta talk about designer.
I'm fucking around. I don't know that nigga.
We gotta talk about designer, bruh. That's a New York guy. Like I just went to Agenda, did the Agenda in Vegas, and like I was saying, man, I was out there bumping Timmy Turner and all that old shit. I was listening to the designer shit, man.
Right.
Getting lit in the car, going down.
Panda.
I kind of like this shit.
Panda.
Now, I wasn't really fucking with the Panda, but I was off the Timmy Turner. I don't know what he's saying in there. I just know he's saying Timmy Turner. He be looking for a burner. Sound like he said kill everybody walking. And I don't know what else he say after that.
And then he just goes like, he just goes into outer space after that.
Yeah. Then it's the
These
chant.
kids are going into outer space. Shut up around the mama. Fuck it, I was fucking the mama and then it caused drama. Then she pulled out the llama. I was like, oh, summer. And it's just, you know what the fuck you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. You out of space, nigga.
Yeah, man.
I was sipping off a lean. Talking about I was living a dream. Sipping on some cream, trying to come a cream. Whatever the fuck, nigga. I don't know, you trying to go out of space, nigga.
Hey, man. I would, and you know what? And you know what, man? I'm like this. I'm this type of motherfucker, man. I'm the type of nigga that can sit back and listen to some shit like that and be like, this is some ignorant shit right here. But
like Kodak Black.
It's moving me, though.
I fuck with Kodak Black.
I fuck with that little dude, bro.
Yeah, I like what he said. You know what's that joint I like? Can I live? Nigga, can I stunt? Would I live long enough to raise my son? Till I make it, and then they gonna try to take it. Money ain't everything, but it do drive you crazy. You know what I mean? Like that nigga talking some real shit. He a young nigga with that mentality. See, these young niggas with that old man mentality.
Yeah.
And I gotta respect them young niggas that really took heed to that advice the OGs give them. There's young niggas out there that got some knowledge, man. Don't front on some of these young niggas out here because they do got it. Some of these young niggas is living more richer than old niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, you already know, man. What he say? He said some shit about one of them Kodak Black lyrics. He said some shit about I might lie to you, but don't you lie to me. Told the bitch that, like, you know what I'm saying? I might lie to you, but bitch, you can't lie to me. You feel me? I was like, you know what? I'm fucking with that nigga. I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, I like his music, man.
I'm fucking with
hope he beat them charges. I don't like to see nobody in jail. That ain't cool.
Wait. What kind of charges he got? What was his charge?
He just got, regular street shit, man. Rap sheets, man. A lot of rap sheets. Kodak Black really got a Kodak Black.
Oh, let me see. Hold on, let me fix that.
Kodak Black really got a rap sheet. Oh
all
yeah.
Right. Little break right there, man. All right, now Designer. We was talking about Designer, man.
Yeah.
We're going into Designer. Designer. I guess he heard all of the stuff about Lil Yachty and all that shit. He say he an artist. He say he don't consider himself like a hip hop motherfucker.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, like, we know what rap is, man. We know what real rap is, and people know what trap is, and people know what different music is. They should know by now to tell the difference what's good and what's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I like some trap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like all music, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I dibble and I dabble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All types of genres and stuff. So, I mean, I hear Designer from Brooklyn and people comparing them to Future. You gotta understand something. These kids ain't listening to nothing on it without auto-tune.
I feel you.
And that's what their generation represents. Electronic,
Yeah.
trap. All the elements. There's all elements. Yeah, I mean, but there's other kids out there that are representing that real hip hop too. The young kids too. But
I feel like
understand what's playing on the radio. The same 24 artists.
Bruh,
everywhere.
Like, I'm feeling like
Lil Wayne just retired. You know what I'm saying? Like that part, like it's like, man, I can't do it no more. I'm done, man. Hey, baby, I'm done with all of this factual, man. I'm done, man. You got me, baby. That's what that means. Like, I can't do no more records for baby. Lil Wayne can't do no more records right now.
I can't drop no new shit.
I can't really do me because you holding me back for that 30 mil, Popeye, and I fucked up on signing the wrong thing.
Man, that is fucking crazy, bro.
Because you was my dad, and you taught me a lesson, Pop. That's a father's. That ain't nothing no lawyer can fix when it's a father and son situation.
I feel you, man.
Listen, I'm the one that raised you, boy. This is like, baby, we raised that boy, man. So that boy, he felt like, he owed some money. Pops ain't gonna give it to him. So, daddy, daddy, like, listen, man, he with old girl to Braxton, Tony Braxton.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, Pops is, how old, baby? 50?
He gotta be up there, mid 40s, some shit like that.
Yeah, he almost 50.
50.
I heard he almost like 50.
Close to it or something. Yeah.
Round them off.
Yeah.
Fucking old niggas like him. And that's an old nigga getting money. Shout out to baby, man.
Hey, man.
I don't know him, but I ain't never met him. But, I hear you, man. You got the Braxton. I mean, hey, that's you. I'm just saying, man, the son, Said I'm out.
Hey,
He can't do it no more under the label. Maybe he's gonna come back as somebody different. Maybe he's gonna be his own mogul.
hey,
Maybe he
man.
could, you know.
So what is niggas not gonna do shows no more? What niggas not
But
taking no more shows?
You could use all your Lil Wayne connects, right, and then gamble that on an artist that nobody got nothing to do with, and you own it. You build a whole other entity.
Yeah.
And then build another brand. What the fuck is wrong? You should
feel
have been
ya.
doing that, putting niggas on and eating.
Hey man, a nigga got too many baby mamas out there, man. Bitches is getting 30.
Well, yeah, he put Drake on.
Bitches.
I mean, but who else he put on after Drake though? You know, but I'm just saying, but they all under Baby though. Or if they under him, I don't know how the contract rolling, because Baby had some type of involvement.
Yeah.
Baby was on stage with all of them at one point.
Yeah, I heard that nobody make money from Young Money. Nobody is when you put out music, you don't make no money off of that. Ain't no money.
You make money off of shows and all that.
You get your show money and whatever.
Baby ain't breaking no bread with none of that.
Hey man, I'm keeping all of that.
Baby, baby, baby.
It's a cold game out there, man.
It drive me crazy. That's what it is.
All right, man. Let me get into you, man. Let's talk about Agallah. And I'm gonna start off with how I came into knowing who you was. Now, of course, we met at the
We met at the Long Beach Park Jam.
At the Park Jam, right?
Yeah,
Niggas
right.
like, yo, this nigga is a factor in the game. This nigga is a legend. Respect this nigga. Get this nigga some clothes. Show some love to this nigga. I didn't know you, right?
No doubt.
Until I figured out that you was 8 off.
Yeah.
Then I knew who the fuck you was.
Okay, then.
And I went back. Because back in the days, let me say this so just in case motherfuckers don't know, back in the days, Bossmack Topsoil was in a rap group Compton's Righteous. We was out hip hop out of Compton, conscious hip hop, first conscious rap group out of Compton.
I remember that.
All kind of shit. But we was working on music, and I remember when your shit came out. I remember when it came out. I think I got a promo single from somebody I fucked with in the music industry. I was like, okay, 8 off. I remember your video. It was Ghetto Girl, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I remember all of that.
Yep.
And then I kind of lost track of you after that because I guess you changed your name and some other shit.
Yeah, I kind of changed my name because I went to Germany on tour.
Yeah.
It was like bad press that I was getting from that name, and it made me just like flip my whole like approach after I got back to the States. I was like, yo, I can't continue with this shit. They gonna think I'm out here trying to kill Jews and all that. So I was like, I ain't with all that, man. I gotta, and really, I was becoming a man at that time, and I was changing as an artist. I was like on some Prince shit, I guess. And I was like, just like, man, like, I kind of like when I signed with Tommy Boy Records at first.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, they were rushing me to do a deal with the name and everything, and I wasn't even ready to come out with records yet at the time because I was still killing the underground shows and, ripping mics at different, spots in New York and, building my buzz.
Yeah.
So they seen it and jumped on it, but they ain't have no marketing plan. So a year later, I wound up getting signed to East West, and that's when I put together Ghetto Girl. And that was like my first commercial single to the game. But before that, I had a song called I'ma Blow Up the Earth.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And these are like, I was on a whole different rap style, like hypothetical mad scientist type shit. You know what I mean? Like, but it was like that. I was flipping styles. I always had that type of knack for different styles and different type of flows. So, walking into that situation, I wasn't as prepared as I walked into the Electra situation. When I made Ghetto Girl, it was like I knew I had a hit. I knew this was a hit. I knew the shit was gonna go. And then it might end up #1 Gavin on Gavin. And then when it did that, Sylvia Rome gave me a whole album deal, but the label wound up falling. That's when I went fully independent from there. I ain't signing no majors ever since. I've been doing independence ever since then. But keynote to my survival was that I was the go-to guy for a lot of groups: EPMD, Busta Rhymes, Onyx, Run DMC. List goes on. Like Biggie. I mean, like.
Okay, yeah, I was looking at your Wikipedia.
Diplomats, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Das Effects, you know, Big Pun, Cool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was looking at your Wikipedia.
Yeah, KRS, you know what I mean? Like, I did a lot of records with a lot of heads, so it was like producing, jumping on records, Busta Rhymes, you know what I mean? That's a close friend of mine. Me and Bus cool, man, for years, so, you know, like, he, you know, was one of the dudes who gave me my first shot for a platinum album, and I worked on When Disaster Strikes. That's my first platinum album that I ever worked on.
Okay.
Yeah, as a producer. And then I wound up working on the last 2 EPMD albums on Def Jam, Out of Business and Back in Business, which both went gold and platinum. So I was like getting a part of that. I started to see a part of that producer, you know, fame, and, you know, people holler at me for beats, and that's when the shit started, you know, making me more go independent. You know, and that's how shit moved.
You gotta be more in the mic, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Game Records. I was on unsigned hype. Of the Source magazine. Shout out to Matty C, by the way. And that just got me attention from a lot of labels at the time.
Okay, let me ask you this. When did you get your first money from rapping, from like being a rapper? Like, when did you get your first, like, you spit a verse, you went up on stage or whatever you did, and they broke you off money?
Oh, for like a performance?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I would say when I first signed the deal with Tommy Boy, I wound up going overseas on tour and doing tours off of, you know, just the fact that, you know, they wanted to see me because I was like the New York artist that had a large buzz.
Right.
So I was out doing shows then, getting paid. Like, that was like 96, 97.
Okay, now.
Actually, no, my bad, 93.
Oh, okay, 93. Okay. Now, last night, man, I was talking to this motherfucker, man, this female. And I was like, I'm doing a podcast tomorrow, man. And I got the bro Agallah coming in, Agallah Don Bishop. And he used to go by the name of Adolf back in the day. And she was like Adolf Hitler? And I was like, I ain't even never thought of that shit. I just thought about it like, so was he on that like Idi Amin shit, like how Tupac and all that was? I was like, you know what? I don't think that nigga was on that. But yeah, that was that time when niggas was coming up with the names like Escobar. Nas was Escobar, and then the Wu-Tang. Different niggas had different names, and Lou Diamonds.
I wanted to be different. You know what I mean?
It went black. Okay, it's cool. Let me throw it on the charger. Hold up. Let me. All right, we back up. So you say you wanted to be different.
Yeah, because everybody, I was coming out of that, I'm MC this era, I'm MC that era, you know, and I was like, yo, I'm Adolf the Assassin, like, I'm straight up, like, lyrically killing motherfuckers.
Right.
Like, that was me, because I had a...
Was you thinking like Adolf Hitler?
No. No, Adolf, the number 8 off, I'm born on May 8th. 1974.
Okay.
That's my birthday. So like that number 8 is infinity to me. So like, I put off because that means like, you know, I'm gonna keep going off forever. You know what I'm saying? Right. I love like since a child. I love this shit. You know what I mean? I'm like the fruit of hip hop that fell off the tree.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So like inside the fruit does have seeds. And I planted a lot of seeds, you know what I mean, in this music game. So at the end of the day now, you know, I'm finally getting to do the albums that, you know, I always wanted to do. Even though I'm doing my own solo music, I'm getting to work with, you know, my man Knots on this Language of the Sands and Pete Rock. I'ma always love hip hop, and I'ma always rise with it as well, and rise with what's current. You know what I mean?
Right.
And because hip hop was always about what's current. If you look at the history of hip hop, it was always what's in,
Right.
what's popping. You
Right.
know what I mean? What's cracking. You know what I mean? Whatever
Right.
the case may be, it's about what's in right now. If you don't like it, you ain't gotta like it, but it's what's in right now.
Right. I feel you.
And at the end of the day, you ain't gotta follow what's in right now, but you gotta also, you know, I stress this to artists, man, and try to paint pictures more vividly when you do your music, and you can see the outcome before you actually shoot a video, before you actually, you know what I mean, put your music out there, understand the outcome of it before you put it out in the universe. That way you know if you got a feeling it's a hit record and people gonna like it, then run with it. You feel like there's a certain audience that's gonna fuck with it and you feel strong about it in your gut and you got people that's gonna support it, run with it. If you don't, sit back, fall back, chill. Go back to the drawing board and get it realer. You know what I mean? Fix up your shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You just don't want to put out no bullshit. You know what I mean? Talking about you sipping pills and sipping lean, and there's 150 niggas talking about they doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, but I was just listening to a young cat named Ali. You know what I mean? And you know he got some shit. I fuck with his album. It's called Trap House Jodeci. You gotta check that out. My homies put me
Trap House Jodeci.
Yeah. Check it out. Ye Ali. Y-E Ali. Yeah.
Ye Ali.
And you know, it's like, you know, young music, but I dig it because I can understand the frequency as a musician. Everybody don't got the ear. You know what I mean? Everybody, but it ain't for everybody. Like I said, if you into that, that's what it is. But I like listening to old school music too. I like listening to like Kenny Burke and, you know, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I gotta stay balanced, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I gotta stay on that, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, good music is timeless, man. Like, you know, I don't think it's like, you know.
And everybody want to compare themselves to everybody. I mean, I look at the eras of yesterday, man, that's greatness, man. Music ain't never gonna be the same as it was, like, when, in them eras of the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I mean, you know, you got great artists that come from another time, like Sarah Vaughan and all these other, you know, great black artists, jazz, rock, R&B, blues artists that's still being celebrated after they dead.
Wait, hold on, man. My mic went dead and shit. A nigga had to change the microphone. I can't believe that shit. All right. All right, we was talking about timeless music. Now, going into your I was looking at your histories. Okay. I was looking at your long production credits and everything. The Dipset and the Purple City phase of your music career. What was the Purple City thing about? Was that with Lean or was that?
It was more or less Purple Haze.
Weed. Okay, my bad.
Purple Haze was our purple, you know what I mean? It wasn't the perp, like, you know, the Texas thing. But Shice, I met him through a friend of mine, God bless the dead, my homie D Doubler. You know, I met my nigga over looking for some weed.
Right, okay.
And, you know, we became friends, and then he, you know, one day he heard my music, and he was like, yo, I know Jim Jones, I know Cam and them, they be where my man and them be at in Harlem, come through.
Right.
Like, I was like, all right. One day, I you know, he told me to meet him down there, and they were down there, so I went down there, met Jim Jones, I met Cam, I met, you know, Jewels, and, you know, basically I met Shice. Shice Bubs was, you know, like, basically out there on the block, and him and my man knew each other, they were good peoples, and, Dub was like, yeah, man, whatever, yeah, man, Shice like your music, man, he wants you to come around more. So I was like, all right, you know, eventually, you know what I'm saying, they heard I was making my own independent moves with my music. You know, I've been already ag. I was looking to get put on.
Right.
But what happened was the homie was like, he was like, yeah, they want to start a little group or whatever with you, Shice Bub, and Uncasa together on some shit. And I was like, I ain't grow up with niggas.
Right.
I ain't never met niggas on no music shit, but yeah, fuck it, let's try it.
Right.
I was open to the ideas.
Right.
So what I did was I was like, all right, we started working in the studio. We made the demos. I did all the beats. Shit started going to mixtapes. The mixtapes started flying off the handle. Like
they selling and shit.
Yeah, 100,000 type shit in the city.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
We was competing with Dipset a little something. Like they was blowing, but we was doing our thing like heavy.
So
You know
y'all
what I
was
mean?
eating off of that shit.
We was street niggas just coming up like off the streets, just trying to, you know what I mean, like put out good music, and niggas seen that Dipset was fucking with us heavy, so we used that. Jim Jones co-signed with Bub. I already was on. So what happened was the one that got us to deal with Chris Landry that put out the first Jewel's mixtape when he was signed to Def Jam. They allowed us to put out the mixtape with Chris Landry, and then we made a Final Destination. That was Jewel's mixtape, and I'm on Jewel's mixtape.
Right.
Right? I did a beat on that. And so on the flip side of the mixtape was Purple City, extra CD.
Right.
Niggas like, what's this? They put that on, they hear me, Shice, niggas going in.
Right.
You know, they hear the drops from, you know, we had drops from Cam, you know, without, you know, our shit was
co-signed.
Right, like, these the
It's
next
official,
niggas y'all need to
right.
fuck
This
with.
the next movement.
Right here. And
Yeah.
that shit started waving, so.
I felt that energy though, to just to chime in on some shit.
Yeah.
I felt that energy, yeah.
And
go
I
ahead.
did a song, you know, I was from Brooklyn, they was from Harlem, so I had to give my Brooklyn niggas that representation. So I made a song called Gun Go, Let Your Gun Go.
Okay.
And that wound up taking the streets by storm in New York. That was like a big record. All over Dipset fans, all over the world, niggas is on Let Your Guns Go. That shit was taking off.
Right.
And the noise started coming like, yo, them niggas is coming with street shit. They got Agallah with them now. They
Right,
coming with
right.
that street shit for real now.
Right,
So
right.
now, under them, they had their movement with Jewels and shit. I was bringing that Brooklyn shit. So now shit was getting more bigger. Jim Jones started fucking with Brooklyn niggas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
High gang. So he was out in BK. I was out there. We was all over at the city at that point. Then around that time after I released Gun Go, then Max came home. Max B came home and got on the wave, and Dipset started taking off for real. Shit was like all over. Like we was, you know what I mean? We did an album called Paris to Purple City. You know what I mean? I had Jim Jones, Hell Rel. You know, Jim was like, he became like our executive producer per se because of his name.
Right,
and
right.
who he is. But, you know, that was him and Shice's relationship. My relationship to the group was producer, artist.
Right.
Of the group.
Right.
Shice was more of the movement as far as like, you know, he you know, it was his idea for us to get together, but without us, it wouldn't have been no Purple City. It wouldn't have been nothing after that. Whatever he, you know, did with, you know, whatever, you know, shout to him, you know, whatever he's doing with Smokers, I don't know, he's dealing with Johnny Shipes and a lot of people like that, you know, shout to them. He moved on to do other things. We all was there for the platform of something to get us to somewhere else. And that's why we did that.
Right. So like the Purple City, did it really like, did niggas really eat good off of that?
Well, I tell you what, when I signed the deal, like I was held up for a year, but I got my money though. Like I got all my bread though, you know what I'm saying, that I was owed. I got all my money and I stepped and I created Propane Campaign.
Right after that. Okay, like
as soon as I started seeing Jim and Cam go through problems, I knew right then and there that it was a wrap. And then there was problems in the group. You know, we had problems in the group. You know what I mean? Like, started out with an incident with me and Uncasa one day. You know what I mean? Over some bullshit. You know, and after that, like a lot of other shit was going on between my other peoples and it was just like, you know, man, it was no honor. You know what I mean? I started seeing that and I was just like, yo, I'm too old for this shit. I gotta get this money elsewhere, man.
I feel you.
I gotta keep it moving.
I feel you. Now, not to delve into no shit.
Yeah.
Wait, let me grab a tissue right quick. All right, now not to really be getting into no shit or nothing like that.
Yeah, for sure. It's all love. Love is love. You already.
Shit.
Salute to all of them brothers doing their thing, man. Keep doing it.
Okay, what was the problem with Jim and Cam? What happened to make that how did they started to fold up and not be cohesive no more and whatnot?
Well, for what I understand, you know, it's a lot of things over business and money mainly.
It's just money, really.
Yeah, a lot of money moves that wasn't supervised by Cam. A lot of the, you know, I think it started with a lot of the misuse of the diplomat name.
Right.
And that part, you know, Cameron owns diplomats.
Oh, that was his shit.
Yeah, that's his company.
Okay, I feel
Yeah,
it.
he owns diplomats. Jim knowing them, man, I'm sure they have stake, but I don't know, you know, what I never looked at the paperwork or anything, but I know, you know, as time grew, I guess Jim, you know, feel like he was his own artist at one point.
Right.
You know, like, you know, people grow. You know what I'm saying? People,
Yeah.
You know, and I don't blame a person for growing. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame a brother for growing, especially when too many brothers eating off of one plate. You need your own plate. You know what I'm saying? You need your own plate. You know what I mean? You can't be like sitting next to a brother and his plate full and your plate. Like,
I feel you.
How come you got more red snapper than me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel
you know
you.
that one. You know what I mean?
Oh
man. Oh wait, hold up, man. Your car paid for. Why am I leasing?
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, things like that nature make you want to go get your own.
Yeah.
And come up. So I just feel like it's a lot doing with the coming of Jim falling into his own thing, and then, you know, him and his relationships with his other, you know, he got married to Chrissy. That, you know, getting married is an effect on your life. When you get married, you got to be tight on your business, and, you know, you gotta look out for your own benefit, especially you got kids involved.
Yeah, I feel you. I was just wondering. I never really knew why they folded up or nothing. Like, you know, I just tripped off of how the whole movement stalled out and everything.
It's too much. A lot of things that went on in Dipset alone that, you know, made the movement sour. You know. So much had happened, a lot of drama shit just happened.
Yeah.
Like, you know, shit from Purple City, the shit with Max, Jim's, you know, and him, everybody not getting along. And, you know, like, man, let's get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
man.
I need to be around some love. Like, and I ain't did nothing to nobody. All I did was come through trying to make some bread.
Music and get money. I feel you.
That's all I ever did, and kept it 1,000 all day. So niggas can never say, Ag came asking for this. I ain't asked niggas for shit. Niggas asked me to get done.
I feel
that
you.
part. So that's why I was like, man, there ain't nothing for me to step. All right, 100, my niggas. I made this check with y'all. I love what we did. Shout out to all the Purple City fans. This is fucking propane campaign. And that's what I'm running with. That's what I'm down with. That's what I'm fucking running with right now.
I'm going to tell you, man, you know what? What was it, like last year? I think it was like last year and shit. I was at the homie house and nigga put me on the dabs for the first time. You know what I'm saying? We was dabbing. And I was like, man, this is wild. This shit right here is wild.
Crack.
And the homie had the
crazy.
The homie had the propane tank, right, and shit. You feel me?
Right.
And I was hitting he was heating the shit up, and I was looking at the propane thing, and I was like, Was this what this nigga was talking about? Like propane campaign?
Well,
Was he
but
talking
more or less,
about-
no, that's butane. He was lighting up butane. That's not propane.
That's not
No, that's what I'm saying. See, he was lighting up some butane. That's a tank.
with the tank. That's a butane.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm tripping, man.
Yeah,
I was like, is that propane? Like,
Yeah, you talking about butane, bruh.
okay, man, I'm tripping, man. I'm out here tripping,
Yeah.
man.
Propane is the shit that fuels what we about to go eat off a grill or.
Okay, so they don't use it.
Yeah, you gotta keep the heat on. You know what I'm saying? Like that like propane tanks, man. They, it's a form of gas, but it heats up, man. It heats up shit, and that's what it is. Like, you know what I mean? And it can explode on a motherfucker if you light it up.
And so that's where you came with it from that.
Yeah, you light that motherfucking propane tank up the wrong way, that shit explode on your ass. Boom, that's us.
Okay.
We the campaign, we explode, baby.
Okay, now,
Yeah.
your move to LA, man. When you make that move to LA?
2000, when I came out here, like 2012, 13. Around that time, end of 2012, 13, I came out here. I got booked by Dr. Zodiac to do Cage versus Cons with Wu-Tang.
I remember that shit.
Yeah,
I remember that
came out
shit.
here for that, and then wound up living out here just after that, getting shows, and just, it was like
fuck it, I'm out here.
yeah, I just want to get something different in my life. I love Cali. And I needed a change for a minute, you know what I'm talking about? Like, it was like that part, and I came out here, and, I ain't know who would know me or whatever. I just like, I live with who I am as far as my celebrity, but I know I could be more famous now. So, like, it was like, fuck it. Whoever know me. I met some good cats, met some bad cats.
Yeah.
You go through life like that, you know what I mean? Like, you go through those type of balances, but I love Cali, man. It's just like everywhere else, it's just a different coast. You get the same shit everywhere. You run into crazy motherfuckers all over the world, you know what I'm saying? It's a crazy world.
Now I see you did some work with Alchemist.
Yes.
Now what did y'all do, like a whole project, or y'all just did some?
Yeah, we got a whole mixtape out. It's like our discography of all the records that we've done from past to present. It's called Past and Present.
Okay.
Agallah Alchemist. And that's my boy right here, he on there with me, my boy Bishop on there, and he helped me A&R the project and get it all together, all the songs and everything like that. And we put it together and just basically, gave it to the public, and it wound up getting a great look out there. Two dope boys wound up jumping on it, a lot of blogs, and a lot of people was fucking with that. So that it was a good thing that I had to show the world me and Al's work, because I know Al for a very long time.
Now,
and
will y'all
been a good dude, like.
Will y'all
always
do more in the future going forward?
Yeah, definitely. We got time. I know he, working with Action Bronson a lot now. He on that show with Action, and I wish him all the success. Everybody's making different moves. Me, I'm currently working with different producers. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm always trying to, see where I could, how I could sound over. One day maybe I could work with Dre, sound over his beats if he ain't retired yet, or if somebody else working with Dre that could want to work with me. But I'm working with Drugs Beats. He worked with Dre, and Knots. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm working with these cats that are good hip hop producers, and I still I'm willing to work with any producer who feel like he got a track that could fit my flow. If it's dope and I like it, I'ma definitely go in the lab, roll one up, like, yo, put that on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, man, I'm gonna say this, man. When I think about hip hop, man, I be thinking about niggas that be rhyming and shit. You know what I'm saying? I be thinking about the game and shit. In my mind, I always notice niggas that have what I call, in hip hop it's unusual. I think niggas have what I call gifted. Niggas is gifted poetic. meaning like if you really listen to a nigga, no matter what a nigga say, it sound dope.
Right.
Really, like a nigga voice, like just sound dope. Like whatever a nigga say.
Yeah, it's mainly your voice and your delivery out here, man. It's not how you say it. It's not what you say. It's how you say it. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay, now
you can say fuck, or you can say fuck, and it sounds like
okay,
like,
but
like it sounds. You feel me? Like people say shit different. Like I don't give a fuck. Like.
But yo,
I mean, this is the way you put a spin on it. You know
okay,
what I mean?
I'm gonna say this about you. To me, you one of them niggas that's like, no matter what you really say, it sound dope. Certain niggas just, I like that. Like Guru
appreciate that.
Guru from Gangstar. No
God
matter
bless.
what he say, it just sound dope. Like
Right,
you hear
right.
nigga talking, and you can hear like. If you start rhyming right now, it's gonna be dope. Whatever nigga say.
Well, you know, you gotta be shooting game. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you spitting some game and it's connecting, you know what I mean? And you know, the connection of words is powerful. So that's why, like, you know, how you say things. Like Guru was a master at that one flow, that one monotone flow.
Right,
that he could
right.
always stay on that one flow. He ain't trying to get too hyped. He ain't trying to, you
Right.
know, scream at you.
Right.
He just stand. It's the Guru. No, I bring it to you. You know what I mean? And he fits it. And that was who he was. He was known for his voice. And there's a lot of artists that's known for that approach. Me, I have a specific voice. It's grimy. But I can come off smooth. Or I can come off hype. I can change it. You know? Like, I got one song where I'm just, like most songs I rock, you hear different, you know, rises. Or there's one, I can keep it one smooth flow, you know what I mean, the whole way. But then sometimes I feel like I need to flip it a little bit because I might get tired of the beat, or I might just want to try something different.
Right.
So I'm always experimenting, man. I'm always on that experimental, like, let me see where I can take this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel
you. Know what I
you.
mean? Like a new whip. Let me take this shit for a spin, see how fast this shit go.
Another nigga like that is, to me, is like Snoop. Let me see. It's a lot of niggas in the game that's like where they talk, like their voice is just dope. Like it's, to me, it's like really rare. Like a lot. That's why to me everybody can't rap. Like a nigga can't just. Everybody can't just say like, you know, okay, I can rap. Like you really have to have.
There's one dude from my neighborhood that I really like his voice right now. His name is Brownsville Ka.
Okay.
He's just recently in the daily news for, like, you know, he's a firefighter in real life.
Right.
But he got bars.
Right.
He's a firefighter, but the nigga got bars. He got albums out. You gotta check him out.
Right.
If you never heard of him.
What's his name?
Brownsville Ka, K-A. I write his name down.
Okay, yeah.
Check it. He was just in the daily news, man.
Yeah.
True story. Like, they was mad because he got shit about the police going at the police.
I heard about that.
That was him. That was him. That's Brownsville for you.
Yeah.
That's Brownsville for you. We ain't just criminals and crooks. We, you know what I mean? We you know, I grew up with Mike Tyson and all that. Sean Price, God bless the dead. Like,
you know, you kind of remind me of them niggas. I don't want you to take it the wrong way, but you kind of remind me of them niggas from what's the niggas? Annie Up.
MOP, yeah.
MOP, man.
Yeah, they from my neighborhood.
Yeah, you
They from my
remind me of them niggas, man.
They from my neighborhood, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Brownsville Projects, 334 Blake Avenue. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the Brownsvilleans out there, my East Coast cats, East New York. If you know about East New York, then you know where Brownsville at, you know what I mean, and where I'm from. And you know, at the end of the day, like, hip hop, you know, was always on my block.
Yeah.
It was bred on my block. Like, I used to see Red Alert, DJ Red Alert, come in my projects and set up turntables and, you know, different DJs from block to block. That's how I started DJing, because I originally started DJing first.
Okay.
And then I became an MC later on. But I was a DJ first, making beats first. doing that first.
Okay.
I became an MC later on.
Okay, all right. So that's why. Okay, so you got a production foundation.
Yeah, mainly because my godfather owned Soul Shack Records on Pickens Avenue.
Okay.
He was part owner actually, and I used to go up there, see Rakim, see Big Daddy Kane, see LL, see Slick Rick, Dana Dane, see the greats.
Right.
And they would
right.
be there, and I would be a little kid, like, you know, regular. It just was regular. I was buying records,
Yeah.
spinning at the time, and making my own turntables and shit. This is before I had 1200s and shit.
Yeah.
So it was like so many, you know, that's my up. That was like my how Talib Kweli mentioned me in Drink Champs podcast not too long ago and said, you know, those my salad days, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
those are my
yeah.
salad days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was just like, I ain't had no budget, I was just a hood nigga. I would find broke shit on the street, my nigga, and my niggas would teach me how to fix the turntable in order to make my own turntable. All I needed was a mixer. So I would make shit off of broken shit off the street.
Yeah.
And have my own equipment, build my own casket for my turntables to fit in.
Yeah.
And build the case around it. That
Yeah.
way I always have it right in there so I can set up anywhere. And this was like, these are like homemade setups, but we was throwing big parties.
Making shit happen with that shit.
And man, you don't even know.
I feel you, bro.
Blocks. I'm talking about blocks used to come in front of my building and like.
And you rocking on some shit that you done put together.
Yeah,
made up homemade shit.
Police couldn't even stop us. Like, I was like, yo, listen, I was like outside till like 1 a.m. with my equipment and had a crowd out there, and I was like 13, spinning records off the project roof.
I feel
and like
you.
with my speakers out, and it was like I was throwing parties that I was that young. That one.
I feel you, man. I feel you. All right, now going into like some of the people you work with, you know, I seen in there that you did some shit with okay, let me talk about the premiere cut, the song you did with Primo.
New York
That's
Wild
like your
Music.
biggest video, right? That's got the most views on it.
Yeah, that one that's one of them that has the most views. The New York Wilder Music. Basically, yeah, that record was on the last album I did when I was solo artist under the Purple City imprint.
Okay, so that was
Yeah, how that happened was crazy too. How that record happened with Premier was crazy because he had asked me to come do a remix for Teflon in the studio at D&D at the time. So I was like, yeah, I'll come through. I'll do that. I already laid the beat and they paid me, but they needed me to remix it because something ain't clear with the sample. So I went there, like 10 minutes, flipped up, chopped up the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hit it up and the shit was
ready to
done.
go.
Premier was like, yo, whatever you need, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, it ain't registered till I left, and I was on my way out.
Right.
As soon as I got to the elevator, that shit he said registered, and I'm like, hold the fuck up, nigga, you doing the album. My other conscience came in, was like, nigga, you doing the album right now. You better get that nigga to do a beat, nigga. And then that shit registered me calling him right at the elevator.
Yo.
Before I got on, I was like, yo, Preem, remember you said you need anything? I was like, I need a beat for my album. You know, you ask a nigga for a beat, you gotta be real.
Yeah.
You gotta, you can't let, niggas say he can do you a favor.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
let that shit escape.
Right, I feel
You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
feel
like,
you.
you gotta, that's God sending some messages through another vessel to help your ass.
I feel you. I try to pick up on shit like that myself. Go ahead.
I was like, whatever it was, I was like, look, man, I need a beat, man. And then I was like, all right, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna send you something. I was like, for sure. Then he sent me the beat, and I was like, yo, what is this? It was like not like an average Premier beat. It was like
some different shit.
It was a different type of Premier beat. It was more slow and more eerie and grimy type shit. And I was like, oh shit, he gave me something that I had to really finesse on this shit. And I ain't know how to go at it. So, You know, it took 2 weeks for me to get the beat, like I said.
Yeah.
As soon as I got it, I was amped. I was like, I gotta do something. I felt like the city was lacking representation at the time because around that time, the towers fell.
Right. Okay.
For real.
Okay.
And it was like it really it was a lot of people who needed some upliftment about where we were from and shit. Brooklyn niggas.
I feel you, my nigga.
The price of weed went up.
I feel you.
A lot of shit just fucked everybody up. You know what I mean? Poppy and them ain't uptown no more. They ain't hitting you off with the ounces went up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The work done escalated.
I
You know what I mean,
feel
niggas?
you.
So I felt like, man, I gotta do something. You know, and all this shit just, you know, even when Katrina, you know, and all that. And I was using all of these disasters. I was looking at this shit happen all over the United States. I was like, yo, how can I let the rest of the world relate to what New York is feeling? I wrote that shit. And then I sent it back to Premier. He's like, yo, I love it. I was like, phew.
He was fucking with it.
I thought he wasn't gonna like it at
He was
first.
fucking with it.
I know, you know how it's a hard producer to please, but my energy felt good on the bars. You know, I saluted him. You know, of course.
Yeah.
You know, and
How long it took you to hook that joint up?
About the total. It took me to get I sent it to him. I was like, yo, you gonna do the scratches?
He got to.
I was like, yo. I was like, you know,
yeah.
Pre without the scratch. I was like, yo, can you scratch something?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
I'm like, yo, I know you ill on the cuts, yo. I ain't gonna have nobody else cut on your track,
need
yo.
The whole premiere. It
Like-
ain't even premiere unless you talking through your hands with scratching. I understand that.
Right. Premier, you know, I gotta have that signature.
Yeah.
So I gave it back to him, and man, you know, man, he just sent it back. I sent him back 2 verses,
Yeah.
and then I just said New York rider music we playing for keeps. When I got it back, I heard him. It was like he was speaking with his hands throughout the whole record, like the way he was cutting this and that, like when he cut in the chorus, like in the chorus, like if it, you know what I mean, he cut, if you think this is the end, this is only the beginning, and the way he does that, is
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's like how do you come with the melody of somebody's words and cut it in the record and make a chorus out of it, and then be able to add that as an instrument, you know, and that's what Premier does the best. And that's why I was like, man, when I got the record back, I was like, oh shit, I got it. And then I was like, yo, man, can we shoot the video?
Can we
I was shooting for everything. I was like,
can we shoot the video? Can you come? Can you come? That was the next one. Can you be there?
Can you be there? Damn show. He came out for that. Shout out to DJ Premier, man.
Yo.
I think, man, cause see, like, I'll tell you a story, like, back in the days, like, I ain't think Premier used to like me.
I feel you.
Like, I ain't think he ever really, you know, cause you know what wound up happening after the first Group Home album? Under the Gangstar label, I did the second one. I wound up producing the second one.
Now, I'm going to keep it 100. I do not even remember the second one. I was on the first one.
Yeah, it's called A Tear for the Ghetto. Okay. And that really did some independent numbers, but it wasn't on the same label. It wasn't on that Empire label that they was under at the time. It was on a different label, and I wound up working with them, and Preem started seeing me work with them. Like, oh shit, I got Ag on the beats now?
Yeah.
Like, and Ag rhyming with y'all. I got shit with Group Home. Like, if you look up Agallah, Group Home, you see a few records with me and Lil Dap.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, we neighbors.
Like, I used to fuck with that first Group Home album. Nigga, I used to bump that shit.
Yeah.
Me and the homies used to be on that. I ain't gonna even lie. We was fucking with them.
Yeah. Group Home is, you know, I wound up working with Dap and them, and then I wound up producing for Guru. And you know, I did a couple records. I did a Mashing Up the Earth featuring Junior Reed on the Jazzmatazz album. Yeah, for Guru.
I
Wound up,
remember that.
yeah, he wound up. I produced that. And
Okay.
basically, that wound up going gold platinum. And
Wait, hold up, right quick, hold up. All right, yeah, like I said, man, niggas was fucking with the group home back then, but then like, I ain't gonna lie, nigga was really, they flow was kind of simple, and I was still fucking with them,
right.
but it was really primo to have me fucking with them.
Right. I feel you. I mean,
You know.
overall, like that album though. Basically, they wasn't like the dopest MCs type dudes, but they
Yeah.
could flow.
Yeah,
And
they got
get
the
on
job
the-
done. They kind of got the job done. They wasn't special, but
and Lil Dap and Malachi had that little
that back and
energy. They
forth
had
shit,
that little
yeah.
energy where it was like, okay, you know. And they used to rip shows. Like I used to see them rip shows, and like people when you hear Superstar, just something about the way that.
Yeah.
And then you got Lil Dap on, Superstar. That was like I think they one of their
that
biggest
was
records.
that was that shit was dope.
Yeah, that's a classic to me. Like you can still
It
play
is.
that. Born in the ghetto, it's hard to survive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
and that
I was
beat.
like, yeah,
nigga, that was a hell of a time. Like
Yeah.
a lot of memories around that era too. Like,
yeah, you know that was when Gangstar Foundation was taking off. Like they were really in the flux of different artists. J. Rue the Damager,
Yeah.
you know, Group Home. They had they had other dudes like Big Shug and Crumb Snatcher come along, and you know.
Okay, now I gotta ask you about that. Like,
Right.
okay, like to me personally, like, you know, like I said, a lot of our early hip hop career, man, like when we was doing our thing, we used to really fuck with Gangstar heavy, and we was getting a lot of inspiration from Gangstar and a lot of inspiration from Quest. You know, as far as their arrangements and shit like that, the back and forth, you know, and but really a lot from Gangstar.
Yeah, Gangstar.
You know what I mean?
Gangstar, they influenced the whole big generation at that time, because I remember when Gangstar was on Wild Pitch.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I when I first heard Manifest,
Right, exactly.
that's when hip hop had some righteousness in it left. Like
Yeah.
everybody was,
Right.
you know, it was a movement back then about, you know, stop the violence, and you know they came off the cusp of that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And created like not gangsters, but the Gangstar Foundation was like, these brothers are from the streets, but we trying to do something right with our life.
Right.
You know what I mean? We ain't out here trying to falsify. Now, I guess Guru, you know, him and Premier had different sides to the boy. Like Preem was already blowing up as a producer, working with everybody.
Right.
He was just doing the rap shit, you know, and everybody kind of like, at the end of Gangstar Foundation, it was problems with Guru, with Solar. I don't know if you familiar.
Right. Now, see, that's where I was going with it. Cause I'm gonna tell you, man, my perception of Gangstar, like, they was dope. I mean, it started off with the righteous shit, but it bent off into real nigga talk, and you know, Guru was having bitches, and they, to me, they team it looked solid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The beats, it was just dope. Like when Mass Appeal and all that shit dropped,
yeah,
I couldn't see no flaws with that.
Nah,
of course,
it was designed. Premier's a genius. He designed it to where he knew the right beats that would fit under Guru's voice.
Right.
See, as a producer, you gotta know what you're giving your artist, and then he knew what to give Guru. He already had like all the beats for the album on one folder for him every time. Like, these the beats for this album. This the beats for that album. Like, Premier was the, and you know, Guru always had input with shit too. But Preem is a mastermind. You get like Preem just cook up beat after beat after banger after banger, and that's how he worked. But my thing is like, Guru was a cool ass dude when I hung out with him. I chilled out with him, and we was in the studio. He was always letting the young cats get involved.
Right,
like, he was always
right.
Like he was always on that, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like I'll be in the studio with like 10 dudes, they all rap, you know what I mean? And,
right.
You know, he was on that, you know what I mean? Keeping the dopest cats around him.
Right,
to keep
right.
him fresh, or, you know, sharpen his pen up, You know what I mean? But he always, he always had the voice. So, like you said, sometimes.
Now, I was trying to understand, like, because, my perception, like, when I was following them, like, because I remember when Preem started doing, he did the beats for Biggie, and I was wondering, was that going to affect their relationship or whatnot, because that was going to, that took Preem all the way up. But to me, I've always felt like, even he could do that, but still Gangstar, you feel me?
Right.
And they even came with some good shit after Big got killed. I think
Moment of Truth.
Above the Clouds and all that shit was
Inspector Deck.
You know what I mean?
Truth.
That shit, all that album was dope to me. Like with the Jodeci, the Jodeci.
Loyalty.
Man, that, you know what I mean?
Royalty. Yeah, royalty.
And I couldn't understand what happened to them after that.
Well, Gangstar, man, they've been down for a long time. They've been together for a long time.
Right.
A lot happens to people when you go deeper into the business.
Right.
Things start to change in your life.
Right.
Your wants and your needs start going different. You start realizing what's important to you. And I think they grew apart just off the fact that Premier was always busy, doing records for everybody, getting paid, whatever.
Right.
As an artist, Guru wanted to do his own thing. And all respect to Guru and both of them, but Guru was doing Ballhead Slick and Jazzmatazz while he was doing Gangstar, so he had other ways to get checks elsewhere because he couldn't just depend on living off a Gangstar check, being that Guru is one of the top. Premier is getting a lot of money. So I guess that's why, he created different companies. Like, I was on the album with him on his first Ballhead Slick project. That was his other Monkeyer. Elias.
Right.
And I wound up working with him on that album. You know what I mean? I wound up getting with him on a couple records with that and producing on that as well. So it was like, he was trying to do different things. Guru was a dude of many ideas, man. Like, he was a dude of many, many ideas.
But, I mean, how did it turn into the Solar? And it seemed like...
Him and Solar, I guess he found something in common with Solar. And, him and Premier had a sour relationship at one point over something that could have been resolved, I think. But Solar stepped in and was like, I guess he started, like, protecting Guru and... like, got on some type of, like, weird shit, like, one day I was in the club. I just was up in the club and shit in New York, and I seen him and Solar together. I'm like, yo, who this?
Yeah.
Nigga look just like you. Like, nigga, like, he reminded, I guess, they remind each other of each other. That's
right.
You look at Solar and you look at
so this nigga
Guru,
like damn near. So this
you.
nigga damn near mimicking. He damn near mimicking Guru and shit.
It's weird. It's kind of weird, man.
You want to be Guru type of shit.
You want to come in the club with the, the Kango on, the ill frames on, what I mean? The ill cardigan sweater look like, Guru.
Looking the same.
Guru was a different dude. Like, he'd come through with, the leather jacket on,
Yeah.
And, but Guru, man, died of cancer.
Right.
And, he was a heavy drinker, you know what I'm saying? Like, heavy, super heavy drinker, like, at times where, like,
like high-level alcoholic type of shit.
Yeah, like, he was on one a couple times. Like, a lot of people that was around him knew that he had a problem with alcohol. So they would try to use that against him, and that would make him feel bad. That made him feel worse.
Right.
I think. And then on top of that, find out you got cancer. In the long run, it's just like, Guru was old. Like, Guru was like 50 something. Like, people don't know that. Like, Guru was an older cat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, people that know Guru know that. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, he had a lot of wear and tear on his life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His pops is a judge in Boston. So he come from an educated family. He ain't no, off the street type of guy, but he knew the streets. He knew what was up with the streets.
Right.
He took his time out to fill the streets out. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but he had that voice though. He had that certain type of voice. Like like a jazz musician. Like Guru
Hey,
reminded
man.
me of like a jazz musician, but his voice was so unique that it fit over jazz beats, and that's
Yeah.
why Guru
Yeah.
had like, you know what I mean? Like he had you know, a good thing with Premier when they first started doing, like if you listen to Manifest in the early first Gangstar album.
Nigga. I know, nigga.
Then the sound changed, you know, then more harder drums, and you know, I mean, man, the history goes on with Gangstar. We here all day.
Man, yeah, for sure, man. I just wanted to touch on it because I see you work with him, and I know you did a track with Primo, so it was a must that I tap into that and try to find out a little bit, because I fuck with that dude, and I remember the last days when I seen him out there with Solar. I remember them niggas came and did I think them niggas tried to do like I don't know if it was a paid dues or if it was a Rock the Bells or some shit.
Right.
And Guru came out here without Primo and then started doing like songs from just him and Solar. Niggas was tripping. Motherfuckers was like, what the fuck? Like, who's on stage? Who is this? Like, it wasn't bull.
It didn't look right.
It wasn't
I guess
bull.
he was trying to do something different.
It wasn't bull.
And they didn't approach it right. They didn't let
man.
people didn't take. See, that's what I'm saying. Like
Solar was out on stage with him, like with a microphone too. It just didn't look right. Like
it looked real nervous.
It looked weird, man. And the crowd rebuked that shit. I think they got booed and shit, man. It was just crazy, man. Niggas wanted Primo bad, you know.
There you go. That's what happens when you try to switch the
formula. Man. My nigga, shouts out to DJ Quick, man. No disrespect to Quick, man, but Quick did some weirdo shit like that not too long ago at the observatory. It was like a concert, and this nigga came out dressed as Michael Jackson or some shit. Like, yeah, like awesome with the socks, with the glitter socks, flooding.
Oh, he came out like that.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what niggas was on, man. The crowd started chanting, "We want Quick," like to him, like.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they you know what?
I was like, man, what the fuck?
People scared to change. People scared to change.
I mean, I understand. Hey, bruh, I ain't mad at, I like to see you grow and develop too, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know what that. But anyway.
Right.
All right, let me continue. I seen also that you did some shit with Remy Ma. I don't want to be too long on that, but.
Yeah, I produced a song on her first album. It's the intro record called Lights, Cameras, Action.
Okay.
That was before all the fiasco with her getting locked up and her dream went down, but she back up now. Shout to Remy. I see you, Remy. I see you. Do your thing.
You gonna fuck with her again, or you gotta?
I mean, you know what? If the money right and the business right, yeah, I'm definitely down to get in it. I mean, you know, it's all about that business.
I feel you, my nigga.
And I'm like, you know, long that right, and she, you know, we meet there, but you know, that's what I'm doing right now. Like I'm getting to where like, I'll definitely extend an open invitation to her, and anytime she want to get on the track or need an Agallah beat, she know what time it is. She know me. She know who I am. She know who I am.
Okay.
But like that.
Okay. All right, my nigga. Now, your man. Now, I gotta talk about your man, Sean Price.
No doubt.
Now,
PP.
I kind of didn't realize who Sean Price was. Because I remember when they came out with Helter Skelter.
Right.
I remember that. He was skinny. Then.
Yeah, P was always he was developing at the time, like
right.
You know, like he was young when he was doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was he always could rhyme.
Right.
We grew up together since 4 years old. I know him since 4 years old, so it's like my relationship with him was more than music. It's like,
right, that's your man.
Straight family.
That's your man.
Yeah,
I feel
family.
you. I feel you. But I remember when they came out. I remember if I was rocking with them, I was fucking with them, and then I lost track of them. They kind of the whole duck down movement kind of faded to the side. But I was always I like they sound. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then it was a trip when I seen he was still out there doing stuff. I was like, wait a minute, the Sean Price dude, like, I seen him still working, like, and some good music. It was some, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what happened with your man? What happened?
Well, I mean, as far as right now, what happened?
What happened with his passing?
Well, he died in his sleep. He had some health issues.
Yeah.
Sleep apnea. I don't know if y'all familiar with what that is. I know some niggas
with that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's been dealing with that for a long time, and that had a lot to do with him passing away. From what I understand, but he also put a lot of wear and tear on his life. At a young age. You know what I'm saying? We come from a real rough neighborhood, man. About Brownsville, and you can imagine what one goes through living out there, man, like, and he been through a lot, and P basically, man, I guess, I don't know, I guess in his last days prior, he wasn't feeling himself, like, in a lot of ways and things that I don't know, I mean, I couldn't tell you because I'm not him, but from what I understand, a lot of things was coming to, truths about his own self and his life and things that I don't know, man, like, to just pass away like that is strange to me, but it may have to do with some depression, and I think he was dealing with some type of depressing moments in his life where he just felt like, I guess he was tired of eating off crumbs, and he just had a baby, and was more stressed. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, this is what I mean. From what I understand, like, he loved his family. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Bernadette, his wife, is carrying the torch right now. So
yeah.
That's like, he was all about family. Whether him and his personal life, whatever he was trying to fix.
Yeah.
Shit like that. We all go through bumps and bruises, and I guess it was a lot of bumps.
I feel you.
One too many bumps. You know what I mean?
I feel you. Yeah. Rest in peace, Sean Price, man. I was.
That's my brother for life, man. Like, we starved together at times creating demos to get him, like, when nobody was giving him any production. You know what I'm saying? I was the dude that came along, like, he knew me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think he, like, asked anybody for shit, but when he met me and he seen me doing my thing, and I was, he's like, yo, I need some beats. It was good. And I was like, yo, come to the crib. Come up. I was living in the Bronx at the time. And, I was on struggle mode, but still hustling at the time, getting it in and, doing my thing.
Yeah.
And we created a demo. And that wound up, one of them songs was my song, which was Rising to the Top, featuring Sean Price, that wound up on Grand Theft Auto 3.
Okay.
When I wound up on Grand Theft Auto 3, we both was like, damn, we on Grand Theft Auto 3, nigga, we on the video game.
Yeah.
We like, shit. You know what I mean? Like, alright, like, let's keep doing music. And we kept doing records, and that record and another record that I produced wound up on his album, so I wound up on his first album. So I'm part of history.
Okay.
I feel like my stock went up. You know what I mean? Because my man left jewels behind, and I'm on one of those jewels. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That he left behind. Everybody celebrating now. You know what I mean? It's like they letting you smell the roses when you gone. That's why I stress the motherfuckers. Let them, your real niggas, your real artists that you love, let them smell the roses while they here, because you never know when niggas gonna leave. Life too short.
Well, death do that. Yeah. It lift a nigga up. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're an artist, any kind of art. Because once it can't be made no more, it's rare. You feel me?
Exactly.
And that's
right.
You know what I mean? It's rare. Like, there will be no more after this. So, salute that nigga. He was working though, like, a lot. I mean, it seemed like he was popping. Like,
yeah,
my nigga, he might not have been like balling,
my nigga was doing big things, big shows, killing festivals, killing shows all over the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he was traveling, doing albums. I mean, fan base is out of this world.
Right.
He was not only a rapper, he was about to do he had a comedy show coming on the way, a cartoon coming on. We had a few things in the works, movie shit.
Yeah.
He was, you know what I mean? Like, he was starting to get to that level because, you know, he people don't know that Jay-Z wanted to sign him. And he said no to Hov. He said, I don't want to sign him.
He didn't want to fuck with Hov.
Nah, not saying he didn't want to fuck with him. He just didn't want to sign
to him.
Yeah, didn't want to sign to him. Kinda
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't feel comfortable on that level because he had such a good relationship with him and Drew High. Drew High made sure he wasn't ever robbed and shit. Him and Drew always had a relationship, so I guess he stuck with Drew. But they was, you know, always trying to. When I started dropping records with him, when we started doing the demo, like the first record that was a single for Sean Price was Telemundo, and it came out on Duck Down Records. I produced it, and I'm on that record with him.
Right.
So me and him, we was like, shit, after Duck Down, what you gonna do? You still doing records? He was like, fuck it, let's be Lenny and Squiggy. We call ourselves Lenny and Squiggy, you know what I'm saying? Because we used to watch that shit as kids, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they was always wilding them dudes. And we was
Right.
like, fuck it. You know what I mean? We gonna call ourselves that. You
Right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
So me and P was that. And like we became that group and we made mad records. We got mixtapes out there, you know, mad joints out there, me and him did. So it just became like, man, like family. Like that was like my family. Like me and him with, man, the fun we had making the music that we did. You know, I don't know any other artist that I could ever get that from. He was a very special dude as a person before the mic, you know what I mean? But
I feel you.
just to, you know what I mean? Like, he embodied hip hop, you know what I mean? That was Sean Price. He embodied anybody that was spitting hot, and then he'll come up to you with different bars all the time, let you know he was better than you. Like, like that's the type of people like, yo, check this out, Paul. Yo. Hey, yo, I spit a cigar and Shalal, P the God, I go hard with that. You know, like, P would just come at you with different flows and different shit. And me and him be on the phone, like, even if I wasn't in the state, me and him be on the phone, like, yo, look what I wrote, son. Like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, this is shit I wrote today, son. Yo, hold up. Oh, that shit was ill, son. Ooh. Like, yo, that shit. You know what I mean? We be there going back and forth, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, checking each other pen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was my brother, man. I miss that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get that with these niggas. Cause a lot of these niggas got ghostwriters now.
Yeah.
Me and my niggas, we write our own shit. I write my own shit. You know
I
what I
feel
mean?
you.
Like, straight up, like it come from my soul. So, you know, either way, like P had that. You know what I mean? Like, and that was special about him. And when he started doing the solo thing, it took off. The independent records were selling. Like the first album did 50,000 the first week. Independent, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he started seeing loot. Like then shit started picking up. Like yo, Ag, I'm on, good looking, yo, buddy, I love you, nigga. Da 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 da. Now shit happening. Like for you as a solo artist, because everybody, see, at one point everybody thought that Rock was the nicest out of Helter Skelter. That was the other member.
Right.
Rock was the other member of Helter Skelter.
Right.
He the one that got the deal first with Priority.
Okay.
People remember, you know, vaguely they gave him the deal, solo deal, for his album, Rock of Helter Skelter.
I don't remember that shit at all.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, I remember Sean Price though.
Yeah, P basically was left out.
Right.
Didn't have anybody giving him beats. And I was like, yo, let's go do it. You my nigga. I ain't gonna turn my back on you.
Well, shit, man, who was making all them beats for Duck Down?
Well, that was the Beat Miners. A lot of shit came from the Beat Miners production squad. That's DJ Evil D. I don't know.
Right, I remember them. Yeah.
They were very involved in a lot of the Duck Down production early days. Beat Miners. I wasn't involved in none of that, but I mean, like I said, my relationship was with Sean Price.
Okay,
I know him since 4.
Right, I feel you.
He got other friends that was dumb. And
I feel you.
I wound up meeting them through him, but It's
But
like
you fuck with him.
It's like I fuck with you, but you fuck with other niggas.
Yeah,
I don't
right,
really
right,
fuck
right.
With, but you know what I mean? You fuck with me and I fuck with you. That's
Right,
all we
right.
worried about.
Right, I feel you, my
And
nigga.
that part.
I feel
You
you.
know what I mean? Like, I don't need a hug. You know, we good. Like, you
Right,
my nigga.
right.
I know you before all this shit anyway. I know you since 4, my nigga.
Right,
Like, that's
right.
me and him. We remember when ColecoVision came out?
Yeah.
Atari?
Yeah.
And all that?
Yeah.
I was trading cartridges with son. Me and him would be doing that. Like, that's how the friendship started. You know what I mean? Like, you got Donkey Kong. All right, here go Pac-Man, my nigga. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to hold this for the night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, you know, shit went to comic books. Yo, let me hold Spider-Man. All right, let me borrow the Hulk, my nigga. I'll see you later, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because we had this system in the hood called trading cartridges. We had, you know, like, if you understand video gaming and hoodism, you know about trading cartridges. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a nigga might have a game you wanted to play, and he might have the game you wanted to play,
I already
and then
know.
y'all niggas trade for one night. Like, yo, let me hold that. I bring it back tomorrow. All right, my nigga, I know where you live. Don't try nothing.
Yeah.
All right, boom.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Me and P came up off of that type of era where we was just young, and hip hop was already in us. Like, we ain't want to be rappers. We just already knew how to rhyme, and we ain't know what getting the deal was. Like, nigga, getting a deal, nigga. We just fuck around and rap.
Yeah.
That was just us. But then the shit got serious when you start seeing niggas put out records. There was a couple local dudes in our neighborhood that we knew that were doing records. And they were putting out records. We like, damn, we nicer than them, man. That shit weak. like we used to be like that, you know what I mean? Like, and I was to think like that, but then nobody want to take me serious because I'm young. I'm young. I'm only like, you know what I mean? I'm growing up and shit.
Yeah.
It was hard for Ag to get in the studio back in the day. It was super hard. Niggas were front. They had the equipment. Everybody be doing songs. Didn't want me to touch shit.
Yeah.
Like, when I moved away from New York, I met one dude named K Cool. And he was like, dude, I went to high school with, like, I'm first getting in high school and shit.
Yeah.
And he like the, you know, like the heartthrob MC of the school.
Right,
like,
bitches, all the bitches fucking.
Yeah, like, kind of like, but he corny. I was like, I knew I was better than him.
Yeah.
But they would never let me in the studio. His producer, whatever. So I was like, man, fuck that. I went to the talent show one day. I started winning the talent shows. Started going number 1, first place every time in the high school talent show, killing them. I was just killing them with everything I had at that moment.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started taking this shit serious. Like, I was like, all right, well, talent show shit, you know, it's cool. You know, you get a little pizza money.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know what I mean? And, you know, take, you know what I mean? You know, a couple tickets to, you know, whatever they give you and shit. But I took that shit serious. I kept doing it. Shit happened at the crib. I just wound up running away from home. Like, at 16, got into group homes. When I got in the group home and I got out, I met KRS-One brother, ICU.
Okay.
That's KRS-One brother, and he was at this park where I used to hang out at and rap at and battle everybody at a spot called Washington Square Park on West 4th Street in Manhattan. And that's where I had met Mos Def, I met Talib Kweli, MC Supernatural. They were all in the park, and I was there. Like, whoever wanted, we can go. We just battle. I was just like, I just love battling, like,
right,
and being in ciphers and spitting. And every time I got the lane, I was going in.
Right.
And that's where I met a lot of people in the lower village section in that section of New York. So,
right.
Long story short, ICU take me to the studio. First time ever in a professional studio. I ain't never been in no.
Right.
I was always doing shit on pause. I'm a pause tape nigga with the mic and all that.
Right.
I've never been doing, you know what I mean?
So ICU take you to the real shit.
I meet Madonna coming out. She said, "Oh, what are you doing? You an artist?" I'm like, "Yeah, I rap." Met Madonna coming out the studio.
I feel you.
I was like, "Oh shit." I ain't never, I was
That's
like,
back when she was looking good too.
Yeah, it was like after the borderline was no more borderlines.
Okay.
It was straight to the point.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
she was already on at that time, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm about to go on this. I said my life changing. I did my first demo in that studio when she walked out of that first demo, wound up getting signed to Tommy Boy.
Right.
That's how I got my deal. Right out of that studio that she walked out of. So it was like, you know, I it was like God telling me, yo, you about to change your life in a major way. And I just, you know, I was like, damn. Like, you know, it was a sign, rather. Whatever I don't believe in God, whoever don't, that's y'all problem. But at the end of the day, this was like a sign. And I was like, man, I got to do something with my life from here. And then I did the demo. Bobby Crawford was the dude who produced it. And that wound up getting attention of another guy from Priority who wound up producing the Ghetto Boys album that wanted to produce my demo too, that wound up getting another look. So it was like I was getting mad calls from labels now, like, yo, they want to sign me. Atlantic wanted to sign me. Priority, you know, Warner Brothers, everybody was stepping up. It was like phones was ringing every day.
Right.
So Tommy Boy came with the right deal. YZ was managing me at the time.
I remember, dude, Return of the Holy One.
Yeah.
Okay.
YZ was managing me. He had 720 management. Shout to YZ. And yeah, that one, he wanted to be my first manager. And then I was working with him. And then along that journey right there, I meet Onyx.
Okay.
I meet Sticky. I met a dude that used to cut hair with them, named Greg, and New Tribe. They used to cut hair. They were barbers at one point. And my boy said, yo, I know these niggas that you could work with, man. I think y'all should work together. You know, like, I think I should meet. So I went to Queens and I met them. And then we been cool ever since. We were just working. He took me around the world on world tour. Yeah, Onyx. Yeah, that's my first time ever being on tour all over the world. Like,
what, you was opening for them, or you just went with them?
I was a part of Official Nasty Niggas.
Oh, you was in the...
Yeah, I was in Onyx. I was part of they basically they were signing artists. Like 50 was part of it at one point.
I remember that.
You know what I mean? A couple of other artists that they signed, you know.
And that was kind of all under Jam Master Jay, right?
Yeah, Jam Master, but Jam Master had JMJ. They were signed to JMJ through my other manager after YZ named Jeff Harris. Jeff Harris, the one that found Onyx, that bought them to JMJ. So at the time I just was finished leaving Tommy Boy, and then I met them and I wound up producing on their second album. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I wound up helping produce Last Days and Better Off Dead, Punk Motherfuckers, the records on Always God Is Us.
Right.
So that started getting me like more looks now, like, you know what I mean? I'm getting a little more look now. I work with Run DMC as well on Christmas Is. They put me in a video. I play an elf, a hood elf, like saying I ain't getting no job.
And they
Christmas Is video, like, yeah, Run DMC Christmas Is. Look it up and you see me in the beginning. You hear me? So like,
I feel
Run was like, yo, I love this nigga.
Yeah.
Like he was like, he really liked me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Run was like, yo, I'm gonna, you know, help you. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, fuck it, let's go. One day I was doing my demo, and I was recording a song called Faking Moves, and Run coming, and Onyx, right? Everybody feeling it, and I think Fredro ain't like the record too much, and he was just like voicing his hate for it, like, I don't like that shit. And I don't think that shit is hot. And then,
shitty motherfucker, man.
And then, I mean, you know, I don't know, but everybody was feeling it though. Sticky was feeling this shit, and then Run come in the room, right? And he listened to it. He said, yo, this shit is hot. Somebody faking moves. Cause the song went, somebody's faking moves. Somebody's faking moves. Yo, somebody's faking moves. And the beat was like, oh, crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was on a
It
different,
was a good song.
I was
Niggas
on a
tripping.
different grimy level.
Yeah.
And then Run was like, yo, that shit is hot. That shit is better than some of the shit I heard y'all niggas create.
He ain't like that shit.
Yeah, but
He ain't
anyway,
like that shit.
it was like, you know, we were going through that phase of like trying to get used to me.
Right.
So, you know, everything was smooth after that. Like, after Run came in, it was like, this nigga nice. We can't stop this nigga.
Yeah.
This nigga's too dope. Like, at the end of the day, like, we on tour with Eric Sermon and everybody. Redman, Keith Murray one day, right?
Right.
I see Keith Murray. Me and him getting a little cipher in front of Eric. It start getting heated.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yeah, I hear you, Keith. I hear you. The most beautiful list, you know. I hear you, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm the most merciful, hurting you, working you. I get berserk on you. Niggas be talking about, let's go to church on you. Yo. Like, yo, I was different. I'm just mimicking how I was at that time. I was really eating bars at that time. And Eric seen me. He's like, yo, I want to sign that kid to Def Squad. And I was like, oh, shit. Damn near shit my pants. I wasn't ready for him to say that on the spot.
Right.
And then Fredro like, nah, he signed the official names. Ain't had no paperwork on me. Pardon me. Oh. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hold on. I hate to mess up that vibe. Go ahead.
Yeah, crazy stories.
Yeah, man. All right, I was looking at, yo, dude, you got like a hell of a body of work, man. Like, I counted 16 mixtapes.
Yeah, it's a lot of mixtapes and 7 albums.
16 mixtapes and 7 albums.
Yeah, 7. I'm on my about 7 albums. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, about 7.
Yeah, man. So when you do a show, you could go for about 3-4 hours if you really wanted to.
Yeah. If it's like, you know what I'm saying. I ain't trying to stay on that long.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah, but
you could give
I could throw
niggas
my
a hell
own-
of a 45 minutes, an hour.
Yeah, I could play a lot of Agallah bangers back to back. That's the thing about my shit. I do got a long history of great music, and you know, for the people, the new fans out there that want to know, you know, trust me, you know what I'm saying. I'll prove it to you. You know what I mean? Like, I got records that you know, definitely had caused some effect in the hip hop game, and people have fucked with it, you know, and I'm appreciative of the love, you know, because I'm out here to create, man. I'm out here to just create. I'm still creating now. Like I said, I got an album with Pete Rock coming.
Okay, talk about that. What's up with that?
Well, we ain't work on it yet, but we already, you know, got that in the works right now. Me and him, you know, we might call it Merc season.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, it's a lot of shit that we gonna address on there. You know, in the game, what's going on, how we feel, what we look at ain't right, but through a creative format, and you know, try to help people understand, like, just because you an older head don't mean that you ain't no fucking genius, that you can't create some beautiful shit and have motherfuckers fuck with it.
Right.
De La Soul just dropped the album. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, I'm still checking for, you know, Public Enemy. I still check for Rakim. I still check for Kane. I still check for the OGs.
Yeah.
Even though you might not heard music, if they ain't dropped shit in a minute, they already paved the way. They already put together the whole thing. I'm still here trying to let niggas know I love this shit. I ain't gonna ever stop loving hip hop. I'm dying with this shit.
Okay, man, that leads me into another conversation because, you know, you ever read the autobiography of Miles Davis?
No, I haven't, but I've heard about it.
Okay, man. See, to me, Miles Davis is quintessential real ass nigga. and I think you could take his life and you could put it on hip hop with his, because in his career musically,
Right.
if you follow from where he began to when he died, he started off and he was like looking up to Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie and shit, and he was playing the bebop shit, and then he joined them on that level.
Right.
And he could do that.
Right.
And then he changed when it was time for music to change, and Charlie Parker and them couldn't do it. They couldn't change.
Right.
And Dizzy Gillespie and them couldn't change. And then he changed again in the 60s. So like from the 40s to the 50s to the 60s, he changed
Reinventing
again.
himself. Always reinventing himself.
And then changed again in the 70s,
Right.
when Jimi Hendrix and them came out, and then changed again like throughout the 70s into the 80s, and then his final manifestation was hip hop. His last album was Bebop.
That was produced by Easy Mo B.
Right, and that album is
Shout to Easy Mo. I'm also got a project with him coming soon too.
yo. So,
True story.
Yeah. So I when I read that shit, shouts out to that, man. When I read that shit, it made me think about hip hop, how niggas like, hip hop want to turn old niggas old fast, like, and make it seem like what they saying is like completely irrelevant or whatever. But I always felt like the hip hop is like jazz, and I always felt like niggas should get better.
Yeah,
You should get better until you die. Like, you should get better.
It's
and
a
better.
collage of different forms of music. Soul, jazz, R&B, rock, everything. Like, you gotta understand, Run DMC came with one of the biggest rock records ever, the King of Rock.
Right.
That's a rock record. You could play that in a rock setting,
Right.
and still get a rock feeling, but it got rappers on it. They inspired dudes like Kid Rock and all these
Right.
different artists out there that's using rock. Hip hop can mess with anything.
Right.
Rapping is just like an instrument. Being a rapper is like being an instrument voice. If you could put it over reggae, you could put it over whatever you like.
Right.
But if it sound good,
It's good. It's good. It's good. I started to see the connection with hip hop and jazz, like when we was making shit back when we was doing the Compton's Right to Shit, and we was getting all them Blue Note records and shit.
Right.
You get them records sitting around the lab, so while you waiting for shit to happen, niggas is looking through the records and shit, and then you start to realize like all these records is like collaborations between different motherfuckers. It's
Right,
like
right.
the same motherfuckers.
right.
And I always thought that hip hop was the same kind of way, like for real. Like,
But hip hop always never really had that type of country music, treatment. Like, they don't treat hip hop like they treat country music.
The old,
Like the country music, you know what I'm saying? They collaborate, they make money together, they ain't beefing, you don't hear nothing about no country dude shooting up another country artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't hear that in other genres.
Yeah.
But why in rap do you hear that? Like, that's what I look at. Like, it ain't rap that's doing it. It's a lot of the fact that a lot of these people ain't really musicians. Some of these people just thugs and thugging off the street and rapping about being a thug and thinking that's gonna get them platinum. You know what I mean? Like, and if you can tell a story, tell it. But make sure when you tell that story, you know the outcome and what you're putting out there. Because a lot of these motherfuckers out now that's rapping looking like fools because they rapping about some shit that really don't help the community. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we 2.5 hours in. This is like one of the longest podcasts I ever did, my nigga. All right, I'm gonna make a point, man. Future. Like, I went to a Future concert, right? and the drug use at the Future concert is on high. Like, I noticed it.
Ooh.
Everybody is lit at the Future concert just because of. I've heard.
Damn.
I have heard a couple white boys say, you know, I sip lean because of Future. Like
that one. Damn. I'm Dirty
I'm
Sprite. I'm
fucking
Dirty
with
Sprite.
activists.
I sip Dirty Sprite, guys.
Because Future said.
Well, I got shout out to my homies that sipping lean, man. But even the dudes that sipping lean, they know the cause and effects of that shit. That shit don't do you no health. Your health no good. Like, I got one of my homies, I ain't gonna say no names, but he from Texas. He from where that shit is birthed at.
Yeah.
And when I seen him last time, he's like, man, I'm fucked up, man. I've been on lean all night. That shit's had me up all night, man. I ain't been to sleep yet. I'm like, nah, I don't want to be that type of nigga.
Yo.
I can't go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And the
Yeah.
lean don't, you know, like, I'm good. I need to just smoke my weed, have me a little bit, a little wine with my honey, count my money.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm going to sleep.
My nigga, I ain't gonna lie, keep it all the way 100, man. The little homie came through here and he was like, man, you got to try the pull up, man. You gotta try it, man. And I was like,
yeah, it's not for everybody, man. Don't try it at home, kid.
huh?
Like liquid heroin.
Listen, now let me make this motherfucking point.
Jazz and heroin, and then this trap music and lean.
Hey, bro, listen, man. I don't want to sound like an old ass nigga that don't understand.
Right.
You feel me? I tried the lean, I sipped it, and I noticed what it was making me feel like, and I was like, okay, yeah, I see why niggas is on this. I could see. As I was sipping it and what I was feeling, I was like, okay, I could see.
My man's in Texas, they be on that heavy.
I can see this.
They on that wave heavy, and I, sometimes they might try to pass me a car, be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I'm good. I ain't on that. That ain't me. Like, pass me the blunt though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, really the only reason I tried it is because so I could say I tried it. I don't want to be talking down on, and I ain't trying all drugs, but I went on and tried that because my young homie was like pushing the line, like you got to try it, see what it's all about. All right. He brought the real deal, the activists, everything, right? So I was like, you know what? Yeah, man, I see what's happening to the youngsters. I can't fuck with this ever again. I woke up the next day, man, and I know my homies say I'm exaggerating. My niggas say I'm exaggerating. But when I woke up the next day, man, I felt hella shitty in the morning. Like,
the after effect don't
I felt like, I don't know if it was withdrawals. Bro, nose running and shit, and like some weird shit like that, like
the other day, like my lady friend basically, they offered her a dab hit and she ain't know what the dab hit was, but she still did it. They was like, here at the dispensary, and was like, yo, here's a dab hit, and next thing fuck around, she ain't used to no dab hit. That shit went up to her head, her nose, all that shit, like eyes watering, shit like that.
Yeah.
So that's like, like they find a way to intensify the drug. Everybody don't want the natural way no more. Everybody want to be drug addicts and say, fuck it, we on drugs.
I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm not boo with the with the lean, the dabs. I dabbed a couple times to say I did it. Can't do the dabs.
Nah.
I'm more natural flower textured weed.
I like leaves.
That's where I'm at with it. You feel me?
Shout to the joint rollers out there. Shout to y'all. Shout to the blunt heads. Keep it inside of a casket, man.
Man. Hey, I'm all right now. I think I went through everything, man. When is your next? Before we get up out of here, man.
Yeah.
When is your next get down? When next time you gonna get down live out here? If any of the people want to come try to see you.
Right now, I'm like I'm working with the producer Knots from Virginia on this album called Language of the Sands.
Okay.
I got Vinny Paz on there. I got Guilty Simpson.
Oh man, yeah.
I got Nems Fuck Your Life on there, and I got Matthew Ragazzino on this project. It's a 10-song project with him. We gonna release that on around Black Friday in November. Right now, I'm just been in the studio recording, just finishing up projects of my own. Along with that, and you know, I'm talking to a few people out here right now to get a whole nother night out here. You know what I'm saying? Like a weekly night out here. So I'm working on some things right now just to make everything break through. You know what I mean? Just trying to, you know, get into the fourth quarter real smooth and then come back and, you know.
All right, bro. Well, listen here, man.
Check out, and also, my bad, when people get a chance, check out that new Agallah single called Hercules.
Hercules.
Hercules is out right now. You go to my SoundCloud, Agallah Pharaoh. That's AGALLAHFARO on SoundCloud. Go check that out. Go add me up on there. Follow me on Instagram, Agallah Pharaoh, all that. You know what I'm saying? Propane campaign, man. We got a lot coming, man. We got a lot coming. Shout out to the whole family. Shout out to Bishop. Shout out to Create TV. Shout out to Maria. Shout out to the whole movement. My man Nelly. You know what I mean? Long Beach. Filiano.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, shit, man. This was like probably the longest podcast I ever did, man. I ain't even get to the reader, listener, emails, and no game. We just did all talk to the homie about some history, man. Lacing up niggas' shoes, man. Vibe with us, man.
Yeah.
Bossmack Gnosis Live is a beautiful thing. Shit, man. Make sure when you shoot a video, you invite me down, man, so I can do a cameo.
Oh yeah, I got you.
And bless you with some clothes and shit or
sir.
something, man.
Yes,
to get
sir.
it in there, man.
Come on, man. You always welcome, man. You always welcome. Through. We about to go barbecue on Labor Day right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm in the town, man. I'm in LA. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my hometown people out here getting it in Long Beach and everywhere, man. I'm out here, man. You know your boy Ag is here. Let's get swoopy.
Okay, man. Bless that. We gonna get about this motherfucker. Oh, you got some more?
Huh?
You got something else you want to shout out?
What happened? Oh yeah, man. Enjoy y'all Labor Day weekend, man. My bad. Pardon me, man. Much love for Propane. Enjoy your Labor Day. Whoever ain't working today, go on that grill. I'm about to go on this grill. We got some work to do. We got to hit this grill up, and you know we got to get it right now, man. Cause I cook this mustard chicken, and check out some of my new show coming soon too. My new show coming soon. Bon Appetit and Beats with Agallah.
Hey, yo, matter of fact, man, I need to come and shoot you, cook some shit. I saw that. You know, I be shooting little cooking
come
shit.
do. Yeah, you invited, man. You more than welcome to come by, man.
I seen you do that. I think that might do something.
I
think that might do something. That cooking shit. I be seeing Action Bronson out there, man.
Right.
You know, I feel like he getting over. I ain't racist. He getting over.
I'm gonna tell you like this. He got his lane. I got mine.
Yeah, I think you could do that.
Yeah, I got mine. I'm real comfortable in my lane. Shout to him, by the way. I mean, he's on my documentary, so I understand him. And he likes food. I can't knock him. You know, it's a thing. But in hip hop, I'm fucking up the grill, making the greatest shit that niggas love me for. Like the way I make my food is just I understand the chefism.
I seen you, my nigga.
Trust me, we gets busy.
All right, y'all. That's it right there. Almost 3 hours of shit.
Propane campaign, West Coast. We love you, baby.
Yeah.
Woo.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out. The Top Mac Nigga Show is a Bossmack Industries production. Put your hands together for our special musical guest. I ain't gonna even say no names.
Listen, man. All of this can be yours.
It's that player from that Brownsville Himalaya, innovator from the future. I'm running around major. My niggas ain't afraid to bust guns. We lust funds, trust none. What up, son? Only a trust fund. Lump sum 20 mil, Bentley with the mansion up on the hill. My dreams still yet to fulfill. Living life like a thrill. I'm just making them sick. Same niggas I grew up with, I blew up with. Me, Ike and Sean, we the rap Voltrons. We push flows on niggas like bundles of the heron. And your career quick, plus we don't give a shit. Half Puerto Rican, but I drop that real nigga shit. Way above your pedigree on the status you'll never be. Cooking up crack, fam, I got my own recipe. I ain't dealing with the best, real talk, the best is me. Top 5 artists, these niggas scared to mention me.
These are my people out here, man. I got a whole thing out here. You know, like I'm controlling. I got a lot of things I'm manipulating. I got a nice life.
Yo, yeah.
All of this can be yours.
This nigga Peter used to pick on me when I was small, but he couldn't knock me down. I refused to fall. From Center Mall to Harry Street, the West 9th, breeding grounds for bottom feeders, the worst type. Then we migrated east, Bushwick, a war zone with no signs of peace. Mama waiting online for cheese. I'm failing in school, but excelling in the streets. Following the leader, from Knickerbocker to Wilson and every block between them. Throwing rocks at the school bus. Kept a crease in my denims, clean my kicks with a toothbrush. In my James Worthies, I was a milk crate all-star. Little big for my age, was the king of the courtyard. Never late for dinner, grandpa in the gate, tricking Miller. And I'm back on the Ave for my stomach filler.
This family is like a large corporation filled with qualified stockholders, each playing a major role in this large production company for the whole world is our stage. Anyone or anything opposing my will must be and will be destroyed.
Listen, Agatha Christie, mysterious white powder broken down in the 50s. You make a lot of dough, but if you go to Poughkeepsie, that shit'll triple up, say word. Get the truck, whipping the work. Got a lot of work in the whip on my hip is a chirp. Never discuss work on the shit. Rap veteran, rap better than 10 of them. Black denim, the black venoms that I'm forever in. Slap skin off your friend and whoever else defended them. Came a long way from baggy jeans and Timberlands. Listen, I take a hit off the split. Your work, well, thanks, yeah, get off of my dick. Bar bully, I bullied the bar, cigar hoodies. Fresh nights on and the wife, the pipe on. All my life been nice, lifelong. Write songs that put a stripe in your white thongs. Dirty, mental exam, 7:30. Bipolar, I shine solar, divine flow of fuck out of here.
If I had those powers to bring you back here again, and if you were here, standing right here in front of me, I would hold you and squeeze you and say something like, this time